Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, everyone. Life Hunter. I hunt gods for the human race. Chapter 81. New record. 0 hours 7 minutes and 15 seconds. New record. 0 hours 7 minutes and 0 seconds. New record. 0 hours 6 minutes and 45 seconds. ... Hiss. Refresh the book 10 times. 10 perfect passes. 10 new records. These records are no longer amazing, but terrifying. Record 10 times, each time advancing 15 seconds. Not 1 second too much, not 1 second too little. Perfect point control. A single record is powerful enough. But after reading the 10 records in series, the shot can go straight into the depths of the soul. This brings out the rhythm of Golden-Haired Lizard King. Everyone gasped. Everyone felt a chill all over. There are thousands of words in my heart, but I can't say a word. I can only watch the departing figure from a distance. Creepy. The sun sets in the west, casting long shadows on everything. Kwanchung number 1 middle school, dormitory. Xu Yan sorted out what he had gained over the past few days and prepared for tomorrow's big exam. Brushing through the Golden Lake dungeon 10 times, a total of 1.2 million experience points and 2.4 million undead energy were obtained. I cleared the fog hunting area a few more times and gained 100,000 experience and 100,000 soul energy. Including the remaining 150,000 experience points, it should be enough to reach level 20. Check out the experience. Current limit breaking level, 19. Upgrade experience, 1.45 million, 3.9 million. View the altar. The energy of the dead souls has been transcended, 8.3 million. Untranscended soul energy, 2.5 million. Reserved experience, all have been selected for salvation. Close black lens bracket. Transcend soul energy minus 2.5 million, experience value plus 2.5 million, willpower plus 250,000. Boom. A golden light exploded. Upgraded. Before Xu Yan could check his level 20 attributes, a familiar voice sounded in his mind. Here I go to Quantai to recruit old people, and I will save tens of millions of people and break the universe. Close black lens bracket. A total of tens of millions of souls have been saved, and gifts from Wangquan. Boom. Accompanied by bright golden light, Xu Yan's consciousness entered the altar space. A huge heavenly talisman fell from the sky and escaped into the altar. At the same time, the voice in my mind sounded again. Thousands of souls returned, gifted by Wangquan, and obtained the natal soul skill, Soul Tsukuyomi. Soul Moon Reading. Under the moonlight, the memory of the deceased can be read. Note 1. Soul Tsukuyomi is considered a mysterious power that connects life and death. It can read the memory of the deceased. The executor needs a copy of the spirit of the deceased, which is usually obtained shortly after the death of the deceased. Close black lens bracket. Note 2. The shorter the time since the death of the deceased, the higher the success probability of Tsukuyomi. Close black lens bracket. Note 3. The higher the willpower of the body, the more memory information can be obtained, such as instantly experiencing the life fragments of the deceased and understanding their past, future, or a specific event. Close black lens bracket. Risk reminder. Soul Tsukuyomi takes a certain amount of time and cannot be interrupted. If interrupted, the executor will be trapped in the memory of the deceased and unable to escape. Please use it with caution. Close black lens bracket. To use Soul Moon Reading, the minimum willpower requirement is 1 million. Close black lens bracket. Hiss. Xu Yanyi was completely shocked when he saw the introduction of his natal soul skills. Soul Monthly Reading. Able to obtain the memory of the dead. Dead men don't tell lies. This is not an attack skill, but a very powerful detection skill. With this natal soul skill, there is another way to find Blue Falling Yellow Spring, and you don't have to start from the official website. You might be able to get some clues when you meet people from the Black Palace or alien races on the other side. If you have a Soul Tsukuyomi, you don't have to be an undercover agent, or spend extra time talking to those guys, let alone weigh the truth and lies. It just clicked. Then read the memory. Get information, truthful and efficient. After getting familiar with his natal soul skills, Xu Yan checked his level 20 attributes. Open black lens bracket. Name. Close black lens bracket. Xu Yan. Level 20. Will 1.08 million plus 1466. Open black lens bracket power close black lens bracket 1466. Agility 1466. Open black lens bracket spirit close black lens bracket 1466. Physique 1466. True form Wanli Chengtu unparalleled ghost transformation to break the limit. Limit breaking level 20. Strength 29,000 20 times unparalleled. Agility 29,000 20 times unparalleled. Spirit 29,000 20 times unparalleled. Physique 29,000 20 times unparalleled. Combat attack power 590,000 20 times unparalleled. Duplicate information omitted, current level 20. Next level experience 50,000 20th million. Level 10 configuration soul skill burning with rage. Level 20 configuration soul skill empty currently not configured. It takes 20 million experience points to advance to the next level. It exceeds the total experience required for upgrading from level 1 to level 19, which is undoubtedly another huge experience level. The benefits of innate level 2 are reflected in this. Others need a huge amount of 20 million experience points to upgrade from level 19 to level 20, but I don't need it. Use the experience of others to reach level 19, and you can reach level 20 yourself. When you reach level 20, you will have one more soul skill slot. After configuring the second advanced soul skill, you can then gain a huge amount of 20 million experience points, which can be said to be twice the result with half the effort. It's very particular about what soul skills you configure. After level 20, the experience required for each subsequent level improvement is a huge amount of more than 20 million plus. Moreover, after level 20, the levels of evil monsters also increase, and their lethality is not the same. Wanli Chengtu is very strong in single kill, but it lacks a big killing move for group attack. If you want to gain experience faster, you should first equip Wanli Chengtu with a group attack skill, which can cut down a large area at once, and then use the big slap of blood hand to join forces. Endless hell, bloody battles superimposed, explosive output. Focus on an instant kill. The Wangquan secret of the 5 elements of gold has a chance to use weapon-type group attack soul skills, but it needs to be used in conjunction with the soul weapon, and Wanli Chengtu comes with its own weapons, which is very suitable. In addition to the group attack soul skills of the golden 5 elements, there is another soul skill configuration direction that can also be considered. Regarding the configuration of the second soul skill, there is another direction that can be considered. That is a restorative soul skill. I still remember the first time I used Burning in Fury to pull monsters in the Quancheng hunting area. Under the increase of fog, nearly 1,000 evil monsters released various soul skills at the same time. 10,000 miles of slaughter was not as calm as when killing alone. As time went by, Wanli Chengtu's body was covered with wounds. This gave Xu Yan a long memory. Use rage to pull monsters, and the evil monsters will quickly gather together and rush forward. And once their anger is activated, even if you stop using rage, their furious state will not change, and their enthusiasm for attack will still be high and they will not be able to stop at all. This makes opening rage extremely risky. If you can't kill the opponent instantly, you need recovery soul skills to ensure that you can withstand the enemy's siege, and then continue to fight back until you finally win. There is now a fire flag talent, which can absorb fire damage and restore energy and blood, but this is not enough. Monsters are the source of experience for life hunters. Errand monsters in the level 10 to 30 range do more physical damage. Regarding the choice of restorative soul skills, you can consider the Wangquan soul skills of Mu Wusheng. For example, self-contained soul skills like Hellvine Dog are very good. So, the first consideration is the gold system group attack soul skill. One sword flow. If the opponent is killed with one sword, of course there is no need to consider recovery. The second consideration is the wood type soul restoring skill. Milk knife flow. If you don't kill the opponent instantly, it may be more troublesome, because compared to the attack power, Wanli Chengtu and Bloody Hand are relatively fragile and need strong milk. After thinking about it, Xu Yan opened the life service and entered the secret of Underworld online exchange. Open black lens bracket, sold out, close black lens bracket. In shock, a reminder rang in my mind. Hello, Mr. Ban Dao. Close black lens bracket. The key to the underworld on the current exchange has been sold out. You can follow this exchange. If anyone consigns it, you will be notified as soon as possible. Shu Yan's mouth froze. I just thought about it for a long time. I should have known that this thing is a hot commodity. If no one is selling it, how else can I get it? Keys to Underworld can only be dropped from specific evil monsters in the 9 Great Chasms, but I can't go to that place now. Shu Yan casually followed the Wonkwon Key trading hall and asked him to push the goods to him as soon as possible, and then transferred to the Zhongmin-Xing Province online trading chat area. Lines of acquisition and transaction information keep popping up like firecrackers, among which the entry important notes is particularly eye-catching. What are you waiting for? Join the Burying 2 family and receive free family benefits. Elementary Wonkwon Key. Luzhou Chengfengbotting family has long-term and high-priced acquisition of The Secret of Wonkwon. The starting price for the basic secret is 3 million, and the starting price for the advanced secret is 10 million. Long-term acquisition. Sold MMMMM. I am now going to use the Advanced Underworld Secrets. If I go out to Split Washan to entertain thousands of people for 7 days, and perform body art in public, I will put up a post as proof. After reading the chat messages in the public area, Shu Yan understood some things. The Secret of the Underworld is a sought-after resource, but the guild's online exchange has a maximum price limit for selling The Secret of the Underworld, and there is also a transaction income tax. In comparison, the price of a private purchase will be higher, so many people don't use the online exchange consignment channel. In addition, it is the 6th day of the rookie period, and many children from aristocratic families have reached level 10 and are in urgent need of elementary underworld secrets to fill the first soul skill grid, so the purchase price of elementary underworld secrets at this time is higher than usual time is much higher. Normally, the price of essential secrets of underworld in the trading room is around 1 million, but now the private purchase price has risen to 3 million plus, and it is still hard to find a secret. It is worth mentioning that Keys to Underworld is divided into 3 types: Essential Keys to Underworld, Keys to Advanced Underworld, and Super Keys to Underworld. The level 10 soul skill grid is equipped with Elementary Underworld Key. Level 20 to level 40 soul skills are equipped with Advanced Underworld Key. Soul skill grids of level 50 and above are equipped with Super Underworld Key. Relatively speaking, Elementary Underworld Essentials consumes the most. Because everyone can reach level 10 in one rush, but reaching level 20 requires a huge amount of almost 40 million experience, which is not something that ordinary life hunters can easily accumulate. In addition, the soul skills revealed in The Secret of Underworld are not fixed, but random, just like opening a box. Sometimes, if you get the soul skill that you don't want, you need to buy a new Secret of Underworld. Use new soul skills to replace the ones you don't want. If it's not what you want, then you have to continue unpacking it. Secrets of the Underworld is known as one of the most deceptive categories, and it's true. It consumes a lot of money and the price is still high. Especially now that it is the peak period for newcomers to level 10, one book can be purchased online in seconds. Relatively speaking, in the rookie season, Advanced Underworld Secrets is not so popular, and the private purchase price is almost the same as the maximum price online. Through the information in the trading area, you can know what kind of financial resources the family has. Just like the Burying 2 family, as long as you join it, you will get a copy of the million-level Secrets of the Underworld as a gift. The Fengbotting family in Luzhou City purchased The Secret of Underworld at an infinitely high price, focusing on one that is not short of money. Open black lens bracket ding. Close black lens bracket. Someone has consigned Advanced Underworld Tips, please check it out. Close black lens bracket. The prompt sound drew Shu Yan's thoughts away from the trading chat area. Excitedly, he opened the Life Office service and entered the Yellow Spring Essentials online exchange. Advanced Underworld Secrets, Earth price, 11 million. Close black lens bracket. 11 million. It is slightly more than 1 million yuan more than the purchase price. I should have thought of it earlier. Make money. Just as important as leveling up. Shu Yan opened his own page. Open black lens bracket name close black lens bracket, Shu Yan. Exclusive title, Star of Quancheng. Reputation, 70,000. Reputation title: eliminate evil and promote good. Gold coin 260,000. Points 19,000. Meritorious service 4. Storage: mutated Helvine dogtail bound alchemy talisman bound. Refreshing a new copy will basically not drop materials. The idea of getting rich by refreshing the novice copy is very naive. As shown in the storage column, after clearing the novice copy of Quancheng, I only got a tale that could not be sold and had no idea of its use. Brushing the Golden Lake dungeon 10 times was even worse. I only got a bound alchemy talisman on the 10th time. Alchemy talisman. A talisman derived from the embodiment of Wonquan's special energy. It is used as a catalyst for alchemy. Put different materials into the alchemy furnace and use the alchemy talisman to catalyze it. There is a chance to obtain other materials. Other than that, there is nothing left to sell. Brushed the Golden Lake 10 times, broke the record 10 times, gained 10,000 reputations, and 10,000 points. With a total of 70,000 reputations, the title has changed from defending the country and safeguarding the people to eliminating evil and promoting good, but this is a false name. Points are only valid at official merchants. Now that I have not been admitted to the official trading bank is not open to me, so my points cannot be used, and judging from the chat records in the trading area, even if the official trading bank is open to me, I may not be able to buy the key. Come on. Return to the online trading room. Advanced Underworld Secrets. Earth price, 11 million. Close black lens bracket. Although the Earth element key is not my first or second choice, it is still a good choice. If the Earth element defense soul skill is revealed, it can also reduce the crispness of Wanli Chengtu, greatly increase the ability of long-lasting combat, and also activate the special talent of Earth element relying on the flag. It all needs to be configured anyway. 260,000 gold coins. Still short of 10.74 million. Voice messages are sent. Old Tang, are you handy these days? Ding, the gold coin, 5,000 feet has been applied for storage. It comes from my friend Dudu, please check it. Close black lens bracket. Old Tang's voice message came over, is 5,000 enough? If not, tell me again. Shu Yan was silent, I should have thought of it a long time ago. In order to get himself the title of Quancheng Star, Old Tang spent a lot of money on tea. In addition, I heard that Old Tang changed his Wonquan soul skill in order to go to the front line to investigate the clues about Master Qin's death. I wanted to improve my immediate combat effectiveness, but I suffered a huge setback when replacing Advanced Underworld Essentials. Thinking about it, miserable. But I didn't expect it to be so bad. Ding, the prop, 5 elements soul stone, has been applied for storage. It comes from my friend Dodo Yu Tang, please check it. Close black lens bracket. Old Tang's voice came, I have asked Master Ku Sha to use your 5 elements soul stone to open it up. If it is matched with other suitable key materials, it can increase the chance of producing the underworld key. Master Ku Sha spent 3 full days on this. If you choose to sell it on consignment, the price of this consecrated 5 elements soul stone should be twice as high. Ding, a package has been applied for storage. It comes from my friend Dudu, please check it. Close black lens bracket. Old Tang's voice came, this package was entrusted to you by the Quancheng Artisan Association. I don't know what is in it. It may be some daily necessities. By the way, when did you become familiar with the Quancheng Artisan Association? Everyone seems to be very grateful to you. Familiar. Gratitude. Shu Yan carefully recalled the intersection between the two, facing the same hatred of the Burying Two family outside the territory numbered 758, and then donated 100 red moon mushrooms to the Quancheng Artisan Association. Shu Yan said, anyway, please help me thank the Quancheng Skilled Craftsmen Association. 5,000 gold coins have been returned. The 5 elements soul stone has been inspected. A package has been checked. Close black lens bracket, comma. When he opened the package in the storage space, a golden light emitted, almost blinding Shu Yan's eyes. A prompt said, open the package and get 20 million gold coins, which has been automatically stored in the warehouse. Close black lens bracket. 20 million. This is no small amount. Where does the association get its money? Why give me so much money? Shu Yan was stunned for a moment. Although Quancheng is a logistics city, the commerce and trade are actually not developed at all. They only produce low-end products. Compared with the wealthy families or business houses in other cities, the income is meager. Even the Kwanchang Skilled Craftsmen Association relies on private donations to maintain normal operations. How can it be so wealthy that it directly sends 20 million to itself? You must know that 20 million can maintain the operation of Kwanchang Artisans Association for 10 years. Why is this? No reward for no merit. Open the package and find a letter. Do you want to check it? Close black lens bracket. Have a letter. Check. With a thought, the letter appeared in my hand. The text above clearly says, "Thank you very much for your donation of 100 red moon mushrooms to the Kwanchang Artisan Association. The red moon mushroom is a special product of territory number 758. It is only unearthed under the red moon. It is produced in batches of 100 flowers every 10 years. However, with the disappearance of territory number 758, the red moon mushroom has become an orphan. For some reason, the quality suddenly rose from ordinary to epic level." Close black lens bracket. The red medicine made from it was purchased by the government. After deducting related expenses, the profit was 40 million. The 20 million is a dividend for you. Please accept it. Close black lens bracket. There are also some heartfelt remarks. Kwanchang has always been weak and not favored by other cities. The underworld came to Kwanchang 20 years ago, causing the collapse of Tunnel 007, and the disaster caused the death of 100,000 Kwanchang people and 500,000 people. The impact of displacement has not been completely eliminated until now. We have always known that we must strive for self-improvement, but God does not follow people's wishes, and the high-level true body and fate have not come to the people of Kwanchang for a long time, and they have been waiting for you. Close black lens bracket. As long as you have a firm Kwanchang star, please keep going forward and go all the way to one line of sky. We, the Kwanchang Craftsmen Association, will be your most solid backing. After reading this letter, Shuyan was deeply moved. Tragedy has torn all those beautiful things to pieces, but there is still a residual warmth and light of hope. After experiencing the Wangquan disaster 20 years ago, the people of Kwanchang are indeed different. After receiving 20 million, Shuyan suddenly felt that the burden on his shoulders was heavier. Open the package and find some living necessities, which have been listed. Please check them. Close black lens bracket. In the package, in addition to 20 million gold coins and a letter, there were also a lot of living expenses. Kwanchang brand beer, drinks, instant noodles, clothes, underwear, snacks, specialty snacks, daughter filled with storage space. These gifts are very practical. With a thought, the time and space in the storage space cracked in front of him, and Shuyan reached out and took out a bottle of beer. The price of Advanced Underworld Secrets Local is 11 million, which is not a small amount. A sip of wine strengthens the courage. Ding, 11 million gold coins have been deducted. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations, you have obtained a copy of Advanced Underworld Secrets, Earth. Compared with the Elementary Underworld Key, the runes on the Advanced Underworld Key are red and shimmering. The usage is the same, just drop blood on it first, then crush it with your true body soul power. Nervous. After all, if you crush it, you may not be able to successfully obtain the skill 100%. Improper use may lead to failure. If 11 million is wasted, how can it live up to the expectations of the skilled craftsmen in Kwanchang? Shuyan has already checked the relevant information, and is already familiar with how to reveal his favorite tricks with a higher probability. Don't fight an unprepared battle. All ready to continue. The sky is full of spirits, the earth is full of spirits, God and Buddha are blessing us, we will definitely have great skills. He scratched his finger and dripped blood on the key's runes. A mysterious energy was immediately ignited, creating a sizzling and exploding smoke. Next step, call Wanli Changsho to crush it. Boom, the explosion resounded through the sky, and the key was shattered into pieces. At the moment of fragmentation, a mysterious red rune emerged from the key. The flag with the word 2 behind Wanli Chengtu suddenly lit up, and these underworld runes were included in it. At this moment, a wonderful resonance was established. Ding! Congratulations, you have obtained the Advanced Underworld Soul Skill, Advanced Dullness. Advanced Slowness. Passive skill, legs covered with clay, inherently slow, speed effect will be reduced by 50%. Peerless Talent Bonus. Advanced Slowness is upgraded to Unparalleled version of Advanced Slowness. Unparalleled version. Advanced Slowness. Passive skill. Legs covered with clay. Inherently slow. Speed effect will be reduced by 1000%. Currently 20 times unparalleled. Xu Yan was stunned for a moment. There is a Rotten Tomatoes list in the Mingya forum, and the list is the most disliked things. Among them, Advanced Retardation was once ranked first in the Spring's Soul Skills Rotten Tomatoes list and was considered to be the most useless and garbage soul skill of all. Not only does it not have any gain bonus, but it will also slow down. After possessing this skill, the real body wanted to use other tricks to defeat it quickly, so as not to get more and more upset. But to get rid of it, you need another, advanced underworld tips. 10 million plus. A few days ago, I saw someone on the forum saying advanced retardation. I couldn't think about it, and the next day the person was gone. Xu Yan's face was ashen. The only thing I can get some comfort from are those self-deceptive posts with over 1 million likes. Don't be discouraged if advanced retardation is issued, it may mean that it will be the best next time. Dear Life Hunters, have you ever heard of the legend of 100 billion pads of books? It's a story about spending hundreds of millions of gold coins on the books just to get rid of the real body's necessary skills or unwanted skills. Xu Yan calmed down and still had some expectations in his heart. Wanli Chengtu's exclusive soul skill combat can create his own tactics, and maybe he can use advanced slowness to make a flower. This is a dormitory, and the floor height is not high enough for the ghost version of Wanli Chengtu, who is over 10 meters tall, to come out. With a thought, the two-way resonance resonated, the mark on his forehead flashed, and the mark on Wanli Chengtu's forehead also synchronized. The two echoed, and a door of light opened in the dormitory. It is the front door of the family. Xu Yan stepped into the altar space and summoned Wanli Chengtu. The unparalleled version, advanced slowness, is a passive skill. As soon as Wanli Chengtu appears, his legs are automatically covered with clay, as if his feet are made of soil, and are connected to the ground under his feet. The 10-meter broken knife scraped hard on the clay, but the scraping speed seemed to have an effect, as if it was in slow motion. The ghost version of Wanli Chengtu also had a pair of soul wings. At this time, he was flapping his wings vigorously, trying to fly up, but it was like slow motion and could not form a strong enough airflow to lift his feet off the ground. Switch to the level 16 refurbished version and it looks even worse. The corners of Xu Yan's mouth twitched. Wanli Chengtu may be able to create his own tactics related to advanced slowness, but it will take time. After all, the speed has been reduced by 10 times. And the big exam is tomorrow. The most important thing is that this underworld soul skill does not conform to his preset at all. Group attack is not. Milk is not. Defense, neither defense. Have to change. There are still 9.26 million gold coins left, which is not far from the purchase price of 10 million. If you are lucky, you may be able to miss it. With this idea in mind, Xu Yan opened the Underworld Secrets online trading hall again. Open black lens bracket, sold out, close black lens bracket. It's really hard to find a secret. In the midst of hesitation, a reminder rang in his mind. Hello, Mr. Ban Dao. Close black lens bracket. The Essentials of Underworld on the current exchange has been sold out. It has been detected that there are relevant materials for synthesizing Essentials of Underworld in your storage space. You can go to the alchemy to try your luck. Close black lens bracket. Xu Yan nodded slightly. Finally got to this point. The page jumps to online alchemy. The page is very simple, just a stove. Ding, are you sure you put the mutated Hellvine Dog's Tail bound alchemy talisman bound and 5 elements soul stone to consecrate into the furnace? Close black lens bracket. The probability of using this combination of props to produce elementary underworld key is 35%, and the probability of synthesizing advanced underworld key is about 12%. Close black lens bracket. The 12% probability is indeed a bit small. If the synthesis fails, everything will be lost. It is not advisable to have a gambler's mentality, but Xu Yan didn't know where to throw the two bound things. The probability of synthesizing advanced underworld key is 12%. Based on a simple conversion based on 10 million, this probability should be worth 1.2 million. 1.2 million bicycles turned into motorcycles. Try it. Open black lens bracket shore. Close black lens bracket. The props have been moved from the storage space to the alchemy furnace. Close black lens bracket. Refining fee. 100,000 first time discount for new users, please make sure to pay. Close black lens bracket. Shu Yan. Ding, the fee has been paid. Close black lens bracket. The alchemy furnace is opened. Close black lens bracket. Refining and synthesis in progress, please wait. Advanced underworld secrets, refining and synthesis failed. Close black lens bracket. Elementary underworld key, refining and synthesis failed. Close black lens bracket. Ding, trigger the throwing bricks to attract jade effect. Close black lens bracket. Refining and synthesizing in Guishu, please wait. Ding, congratulations on getting a copy of The Secret of the Underworld, left behind by the mutated Hell Vine Dog. Close black lens bracket. This, Keys to Underworld, has mutated and cannot be parsed, please use it with caution. Close black lens bracket. Looking at the refining of the page and the prompt information, Shuyan felt like a roller coaster. Master Ku Shaw's inspiring ideas once again played the role of rescuing the situation. I will definitely thank them later, if this mutated version of The Secret of Underworld works. Ding, the mutated version of The Secret of Underworld has been applied for storage from the Alchemy Institute. Close black lens bracket. Checked. Close black lens bracket. With a thought, the time and space in the storage space cracked in front of him, and Shuyan reached out and took out the keys from inside. The runes on the mutated version of The Secret of Underworld are silver and glowing silver, and there is also the aura of the mutated Hell Vine Dog. You can even hear the cry of the original Hell Vine Dog when it was chopped into pieces by Wanli Chengshu's butcher knife. Woof. Moo. The screams were mixed with the screams of dogs and cows. Very permeable. Can it be used? It's scary. Shu Yan retreated somewhat. Notice that the panel box above the key shows this key to Underworld has mutated and cannot be parsed. Regular activation methods are not available. Evaluation. Capped. Close black lens bracket. This explanation panel comes from the Mingya system. You've been doing this for so long, and you say it's useless. Shu Yan resisted the urge to curse, and then suddenly laughed. Who said it wasn't the case? It has been like this since he awakened his true form. The faceless man has been abolished, the armor of the defeated soldiers has been abolished, and the battle flag has also been abolished. Oh, I won't be happy if you don't cripple me. At this moment, the familiar but distant voice sounded in the altar space. This key to Underworld has mutated and is stained with strong resentment. If you want to understand this key to Underworld, you need to use it with the altar of transcendence. Close black lens bracket. Shu Yan was surprised. Even the Ming Yamen system couldn't parse the keys, but the altar space could actually identify it. A sip of wine strengthens the courage. Turning waste into treasure is indeed the same routine. What are you waiting for? Follow the interpretation of the altar space and proceed step by step. He scratched his finger and dripped blood on the key's runes. A mysterious energy was immediately ignited, creating a sizzling and exploding smoke. At this time, Wanli Chengtu was already standing on the altar. Transfer the key to mutation into the hands of Wanli Chengtu. Suddenly, the altar was filled with gloomy wind. Everything is ready, the key is ready. Boom, the explosion echoed through the sky. This explosion almost made Shu Yan's pupils split open. Incredible, I couldn't believe what I saw. The key exploded. Wanli Chengtu also exploded. It really exploded. Exploded. Got it. Boom. Wanli Chengtu exploded into pieces. Just like when he chopped the mutated vine dog into meat paste. Wanli Chengtu exploded. It exploded into pieces. Suddenly, Shu Yan couldn't accept it for a while. Wanli Chengtu is an entity, with flesh and blood. The ground is covered with scraps of flesh and blood, and even the remaining armor has turned into metal powder. He took a deep breath and told himself that this might be an illusion. Walked forward and picked up one of the blood clots. Warm. I rubbed it with my fingers, it was real. If you pinch your own flesh, it will hurt. I'm sure again, this is not an illusion. No, The shock in his heart was huge, and Shu Yan stepped back uncontrollably. In extreme shock, a voice came from the void. This key has mutated. To awaken the soul skills in this key requires a mental power of 1 million minimum standard, otherwise it will self-destruct. Close black lens bracket. Currently in the state of ghost resonance, the main body can participate in the awakening of soul skills. Will you participate? Close black lens bracket. Shu Yan wanted to yell. Since you know that awakening this mutant soul skill requires 1 million mental power, and since you also know that the main body can participate, why didn't you tell me earlier? Wanli Chengtu's spiritual power is 29,000. My own willpower, mental power, is 1.08 million, which is higher than 1 million. If you don't want to blow yourself up, of course you can participate. But is it useful to participate now? The slaughter of thousands of miles has exploded. Where is the flesh and blood in the ground? Is it still possible to survive? Shu Yan had many thoughts in his head, but his body rushed into the altar without thinking. Wow, just like a chemical reaction, as soon as he arrived at the altar, the mark on Shu Yan's forehead appeared on its own. Wisps of green smoke floated out from the mark with the power of will, and various ghosts and resentful spirits appeared in the air. These fierce ghosts and resentful spirits are all transformed from the evil monsters that died under the butcher's knife of thousands of miles long. They are male and female, old and young, some have ferocious faces, some have disheveled hair. Thousands of them. Suddenly, the whole altar place was filled with ghost cries. But suddenly, boom, with a loud noise, these violent ghosts and resentful spirits all exploded without any warning. Shu Yan had no time to be surprised, because a severe headache hit him instantly. He felt as if a steel needle was embedded in his head, and his painful scalp was twitching, as if his soul was being torn apart. It hurts to the extreme. Swish! A mysterious silver rune rose from the altar, and then quickly turned into a stream of light, traveling through the space and quickly shooting into the mark on his forehead. Then, Shu Yandan felt the pain tearing his soul disappear, and a strange resonance was established. At the same time, an inexplicable sound rang in the void. Life is intangible, born from thoughts, holding the essence and keeping oneness, circulating back and forth, endlessly. Ding! Mental strength training is completed. Close black lens bracket. Soul skill awakening successful. Close black lens bracket. Congratulations, you have obtained the mutated underworld soul skill, metamorphosis. Close black lens bracket. Shu Yan is numb. Abnormal. Can abnormality also be a soul skill? Wanli Chengtu exploded, and the thousands of souls in the mark also exploded. Is this the way to activate this perverted soul skill? It's so perverted. Check out the introduction now. Abnormality. The real body can borrow the top authority of Wangquan state authority to switch to other forms, and the time limit is 1 minute. If it times out, the real body will no longer be able to borrow this authority and will remain in this form forever. Switch to another form. Can it be in gaseous, liquid or solid state? So is the debris on the ground also a kind of state? So, does it mean that if you master metamorphosis, you can explode your body, even if your body is broken into thousands of pieces and your body is shattered into pieces? Therefore, Wanli Chengtu is not dead, he is just abnormal. So, the more Shu Yan thought about it, the more excited he became, and suddenly he noticed the time limit of the soul skill, 1 minute. Damn it, 1 minute time limit, gotta hurry. Otherwise, Wanli Chengtu will just be the meat sauce forever. As soon as the thought comes to mind, quickly use abnormal. The mutated soul skill, whose main body participated in the awakening, can actually be used instead of 10,000 miles of slaughter. Suddenly, the pieces of flesh and blood on the ground began to move. A face without facial features was quickly formed. Then there are the limbs. Body, soul wings, broken armor. Lean on the flag, broken knife. There are 2 wings on the back. Holding a 10-meter dagger. The 5 elements battle flag is fierce. Floating in midair, overlooking all living beings. The demons fled and the gods retreated. The ghost-turned limited version of Wanli Chengtu is back again. Shu Yan was almost moved to tears. Open black lens bracket. Ding. Close black lens bracket. Wanli Chengtu awakens the mutated soul skill, metamorphosis. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Ding. Close black lens bracket. Unparalleled. talent bonus, metamorphosis is upgraded to unparalleled metamorphosis. Close black lens bracket. Wushwang abnormal. The real body can use Wangquang's top state power to switch to other forms for a period of 20 minutes. If it times out, the real body will no longer be able to borrow this authority and will remain in this form forever. Currently 20 times metamorphosis. The method of awakening abnormal soul skills is very abnormal. Xu Yan still had lingering fears. After walking out of the front door and returning to reality, I took a sip of water to calm down my shock. Not long after, a message from Old Tang came. Tomorrow's Hunter God Pavilion exam. The ranking deadline is 12 o'clock today, and the candidates' information on the freshman list has been announced. With your reputation, you can check this list by yourself. I can only say that we are particularly powerful. Have a good rest and gather at the school playground tomorrow. We will go to the test center. Okay, Xu Yan opened the life panel and checked the list of candidates for the Hunting God Pavilion. Click to open. Open black lens bracket ding. Close black lens bracket. Reputation value 70,000. Obtain provincial authority. Close black lens bracket. Provinces finalized list to participate in the Hunting God Pavilion examination. Xu Yan clicked on the list, and the page was stuck for several seconds before it refreshed. First place, Xu Yan, level 16, Quancheng time, 55 hours, 23 minutes, 16 seconds. Second place, Gong Qing, level 16, went to Beijing time taken, 78 hours, 35 minutes, 21 seconds. Third place, He Long, level 16, Zhong Lincheng time, 100 hours, 43 minutes, 18 seconds. Fourth place, He Hu, level 16, Zhong Lincheng time, 100 hours, 43 minutes, 18 seconds. Fifth place, He Bao, level 16, Zhong Lincheng time, 100 hours, 43 minutes, 18 seconds. Sixth place, He Lu, level 16, Zhong Lincheng time, 100 hours, 43 minutes, 18 seconds. Seventh place, He Zhu, level 16, Zhong Lincheng time, 100 hours, 43 minutes, 18 seconds. Eighth place, Xu Qianchen, level 16, Luzhou time, 118 hours, 15 minutes, 34 seconds. Ninth place, Zhang Qiyu, level 16, Luzhou time, 118 hours, 15 minutes, 34 seconds. 10th place, Chisha, level 16, Ninghu time, 120 hours, 00 minutes, 00 seconds. 36th place, Chen Chao, level 16, Wencheng time, 155 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. When a newcomer reaches the upper limit of level 16, the life system will be automatically triggered. This list only includes newcomers who have reached the upper limit of upgrade, and are ranked based on their time consumption. This time Zhong and Min provinces obtained a total of 200 Hunting God Pavilion reference qualifications, but only 36 newcomers successfully advanced to the level. Those who make the list will automatically receive tickets for the Hunting God Pavilion exam. Those who make the list will automatically receive tickets for the Hunting God Pavilion exam. Close black lens bracket. This list is quite interesting, and the discussion thread about this list is even more interesting. Gong Qing is a student of Quancheng No. 1 Middle School. How come his household registration is in Beijing? According to reliable information, Gong Qing was born in the Shengjing Gong family. He came to Quancheng because he was not popular, but he is still a student of Shengjing. Why aren't you welcome? The tablets of the Gong family can predict the destiny of the clan members in advance. Only the original destiny is worthy of cultivation by the Gong family. Gong Qing's predicted destiny is that of general and prime minister. Naturally, the destiny of the general and prime minister is not in the eyes of the Destiny Palace family. Quote, "If you move a tree to death, you will move a person to death." Gong Qing is not welcomed in the Shengjing Gong family, but in Zhongmin he is the best. According to me, I would rather be the head of a chicken than the tail of a phoenix. There is also a rumor that Gong Qing's fate has been promoted to the king. Of course, whether this news is credible or not needs further verification. After all, I have never heard of someone being promoted to a newbie, especially a high-level one. The promotion of destiny. What are the origins of He Long, He Hu, He Bao, He Lu, and He Zhu? How come it takes the same time to reach level 16? At first glance, you are not from Zhonglin. Who in Zhonglin City doesn't know the 5 talents of the He family? These 5 new members of the Zhonglinhe family are incredible. The awakened true bodies are all kings, and they have taken over the 5 elements, including gold, wood, water, fire, and earth, so they are called the 5 uniques. According to reliable information, only 5 of them can use the He family's large-scale family joint skills. The king's destiny has the attributes of the 5 elements. A single one is the ace, and the combination of 5 people is the king's bomb. As for why the time to upgrade to level 16 is the same, there is no need to wonder about this. They have been deliberately cultivated since childhood, and the 5 elements complement each other. They are like a battle group bound together. They download dungeons together and attack adversaries together. Share experience, and naturally we will be promoted to level 16 together. Zhong Lincheng has produced the top 5 talents of the He family. He is even more powerful than the previous one. He is also known as the 5th son of Zhong and Min. This time, the provincial champion will most likely fall into Zhong Lin's hands. Of course, Luzhou's Shu Qianchen and Zhang Qiyu should not be underestimated. After all, the last provincial champion was from Luzhou, and according to rumors, Shu Qianchen and Zhang Qiyu teamed up to kill a Black Palace horse face. I don't need to tell you what level of strength Dianmanyan is. I believe many people have already started to panic after hearing their results. The 10th Chisha is from the Buried Tu family in Ninghu City. Not only is he powerful, but he also has a strong ability to earn money. Quote. To be honest, Chen Chao, who is ranked 36th, is really lucky. The leveling time limit required by Hunter God Pavilion is 156 hours, and he got stuck at 155 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds. A capital server is given to him. Of course, the most powerful one is our Quancheng. Brother Wei Yan is ranked number 1. I want to marry him. Xu Yan's pupils trembled when he noticed that the last message was signed, Du Du Yutang. Old Tang still knows how to play. Browsed some more information. The examination center for the Hunter God Pavilion exam is not in the school, nor in Quancheng, but in Zhonglin, the provincial capital. Quancheng is just a medium-sized city in Zhongmen province that is not too eye-catching. Zhonglin is the provincial capital. Belongs to a true mega city. Every year the Lishan Pavilion provincial examination of Zhong and Min provinces is held in Zhonglin. At that time, the examiners from the Daxia headquarters of Zhenquan Division will conduct the examination uniformly. Xu Yan is naturally confident that he will enter the Hunting God Pavilion. If there is a chance, the provincial champion should also strive for it. I didn't have much pursuit of this before. I just wanted to enter the Hunting God Pavilion to look for the blue falling yellow spring document and get relevant clues. But when he saw the number 1 pick award mentioned on the forum, he suddenly became very interested. 100 million gold coins. That's 100 million gold coins that can buy 10 advanced underworld secrets. With a will of 1 million plus, he no longer needs to sleep. Xu Yan was still full of energy after browsing the Mingya forum all night. Early the next morning, a loud bell rang throughout Quan City. The day of the big exam has arrived. Xu Yan is full of expectations. Wanli Chengtu was resurrected from the dead, capable of fighting, angry, and very perverted. Wanli Chengtu in the void feels at its peak, waiting for a call at any time. Level 16 refurbished version. A single attribute exceeds 50,000, the total 4-dimensional attribute exceeds 60,000, and a slash of 240,000 is achieved. It's enough to explode. Level 20 Ghost Transformation Limited Edition. A single attribute is nearly 30,000, the total 4-dimensional attribute is nearly 120,000, and one sword can cut nearly 600,000. Added thousands of insurance. And his own 1.08 million body will. All this made Xu Yan calm and confident. When we arrived at the school playground, many classmates had already arrived. Seeing Xu Yan, everyone was in awe. Hello, Brother Yan. Hello, Brother Yan. Xu Yan felt a little uncomfortable. After greeting them in return, he stepped aside. Fei Nan chased after me. Oh my god, you have to work hard to take the Hunting God Pavilion exam today. My real body is more suitable for being a craftsman. Thanks to you, the level 10 craftsman has been recommended to the reserve hospital. Shu Yan was stunned for a moment. Are you really planning to work in logistics? With your destiny, Obito, you have a chance to break through the grassy destiny and reach the later stage. Fei Nan interrupted. I know, but I still choose to work in logistics. In fact, I have already thought about it. This is not a decision made casually. Shu Yan nodded and said, since you have made your decision, I support you. Fei Nan suddenly asked, do you know why I want to work in logistics? Shu Yan smiled and said, logistics skills are the most important thing that determines people's livelihood. The taste of your local cannon stewed chicken is unforgettable. If you can make it into pre-made dishes and mass produce it, maybe you can open up your own world. I am optimistic about you. Fei Nan was shocked and said, sure enough, you still understand me. He paused and said in a cautious tone, I know that you can go a long way with your strong destiny, but this process will definitely require a lot of resource support. I think if I do a good job in logistics, I might be able to provide you with resource support. Quote. Shu Yan understood Fei Nan, and there was no need for too much politeness between the two. He patted Fei Nan on the shoulder and said with a smile, then I'll be waiting. I can't break my promise. That's natural. After a while, Gong Qing also came. Gong Qing was already very popular, and her outstanding appearance and temperament attracted her classmates to gather around her. But she came to Shu Yan uncharacteristically, are you sure? Shu Yan nodded slightly as an answer. Gong Qing smiled and said, then we'll see you at the Hunting God Pavilion. Good. After everyone arrived, Old Tang began to speak. The level up results for this year's Spring City newcomers in 1 week are 2 at level 16, 1 at level 10, 0 at level 9, 0 at level 8, 18 at level 7, 74 at level 6, 167 at level 5, and none at the remaining levels. It's statistically significant. According to regulations, students below level 8 will automatically apply for local universities and will not participate in the major exams. You can take the Junquan Division Preparatory Academy exam at level 10, but Fei Nan wanted to specialize in logistics skills. After deliberation, he was recommended. 2 level 16 students, Shu Yan and Gong Qing, will take the provincial level examination in Zhonglan. After passing the examination, they will enter the Daxia headquarters for the final martial arts examination. The school buses are ready. The one on the left goes to the local university, and the one on the right goes to Junquan Division Preparatory School. Everyone is arranged according to the list and gets on the bus in order. Shu Yan and Gong Qing are following me. The big exam in the Hunting God Pavilion requires a special teleportation array. Soon the other students went away in their own cars, and Old Tang also brought Shu Yan and Gong Qing to the teleportation point. In front of you is something like a dungeon door. Let's go. Shu Yan raised his eyes and looked at the portal. There is a light panel on the door with the following notice. E-level portal. Close black lens bracket. Starting station. Quanchang number 1 middle school. Close black lens bracket. Terminus. Zhonglan Examination Hall Lishan Pavilion Provincial Examination. Close black lens bracket. Access conditions. Level 16. If you enter without permission, if you are below level 16, you will not be able to withstand the E-level Sumeru air pressure and will explode and die. Close black lens bracket. Specific channel. Identity verification is required. Close black lens bracket. Where did this portal come from? Why haven't I seen it before? Old Tang explained. The portal is under the control of the Road Management Bureau. We got tickets for the Hunting God Pavilion exam in number 1 high school, so the Road Management Bureau opened a portal for us. Shu Yan turned to ask, why can the Road Management Bureau open a portal? Gong Qing responded, 600 years ago, the War of All Races broke out and many tablets fell, one of which was named Road. The secret of this road sign is that it can create a portal. The official got this road sign and established a Road Management Bureau. Then they started to build portals everywhere in the human race and control them. As long as they meet the official requirements, the Road Management Bureau can theoretically send you wherever you want to go. The place in the human world. Shu Yan nodded, that's it. Old Tang on the side couldn't help but give a thumbs up. As expected of the Gong family, he knows a lot. Gong Qing said with some displeasure, Principal Tang, you said that I have nothing to do with the Gong family. What I know was taught to me by my aunt. When he heard the word aunt, old Tang's pupils trembled. Gong Qing's aunt, could it be the one with the gold medal and purple ribbon? Lao Tang concluded. The Road Management Bureau owns street signs and not only controls fixed transmission stations like Quancheng South Station, but also controls specific transmission gates. Let's go, comma, ding, identity recognition, close black lens bracket. Name, Xu Yan, Quancheng, newcomer level 16, has obtained the qualification for the college entrance examination and can pass. Close black lens bracket. Name, Gong Qing, Shengjing, newcomer level 16, has obtained the qualification for the college entrance examination and can pass. Close black lens bracket. Name, Tang Ji, Quancheng, official member of the nursing department, principal of Quancheng Number 1 Middle School. Non-examination candidates are not allowed to pass. Please take the nursing department passage. A ticket is required. 2,000 gold coins. Tang Ji. Through identification, Xu Yan and Gong Qing walked into the portal. It was like a long tunnel inside, with a bright light in front of it, like the exit of the tunnel. Xu Yan waited for a while and asked, why didn't Principal Tang Ji come in? Gong Qing explained, this transmission channel leads directly to the examination room. Principal Tang is not an examinee, so he should have taken other channels. Xu Yan nodded, that's it. It seems like we still have to walk some distance before we get to the exit. Gong Qing said, the straight line distance from Quancheng to Zhonglin, the provincial capital, is more than 1,600 kilometers. It takes 16 hours to take a school bus on the expressway, but taking this E-class transmission channel, 1 kilometer step at a time, we walk to Zhonglin. When you get to the examination room, you only need to walk 1,600 steps. Xu Yan couldn't help but sigh. The road signs of the Road Management Bureau are really magical. Gong Qing nodded and said, not only the street signs, but also the tablets dropped in the Battle of Kadian 600 years ago have supreme power. It is not just as simple as establishing a family. The street signs belong to the official and have been utilized to the greatest extent. By establishing teleportation points, it greatly saves the commuting time for life hunters to perform tasks. At this point, Gong Qing suddenly asked with interest, actually, there is another way to bypass the Road Management Bureau. It can be accessed very quickly without even walking 1,600 steps. Do you know what it is? Xu Yan shook his head. In fact, many questions can be checked in the online Shengjing library, but it costs points. Ever since he spent 1,000 points to read the cheating information in Introduction to the Rituals of Creating a Family, Xu Yan had a psychological shadow. Why not take a look at Gong Qing's free answers? Looking at Xu Yan's eyes full of curiosity, Gong Qing blushed slightly, as if he had gone back to the time when Xu Yan came to her for tutoring in theory lessons when he first arrived at number 1 middle school. With the full level of destiny, you can bypass street signs, break through time and space, and carry out long-distance time and space teleportation. A thought can reach thousands of feet away. Gong Qing continued, the abilities of strong men of this level have begun to slowly change, and they can even pass through the underworld and reach the heavens. However, in the human race, only those with gold medals and purple ribbons can do it. Destiny reaches full level and ascends to the top, a strong man with gold medal and purple ribbon. Xu Yan was digesting this incredible information in his heart. At this moment, a white light suddenly appeared in front of him. Arrive. Welcome to Zhonglin Examination Center. Soon, they passed through the white light, a sound fell, and their eyes became clear. This is an empty venue with more than 30 people standing there. These people can almost be said to be the top geniuses from Zhongmin. They are all people who successfully reached level 16 in 1 week and got tickets to the provincial venue of Hunting God Pavilion. And when Xu Yan and the two entered the arena, countless eyes in the arena immediately focused on them. Quancheng, Xu Yan, go to Beijing. Gong Qing. Zhongmin's first and second place on the ranking list are both here. It's better to meet than to be famous. Everyone in the field suddenly became excited. Boom. At this time, a huge stone platform suddenly rose slowly in front of the venue. The stone platform was thousands of feet long and wide, and on the stone platform, rows of tables and chairs suddenly rose up. Observation stand. Immediately afterwards, another portal of light flashed through, and a group of people appeared in the seating area of the viewing platform one after another. Most of these people are representatives of aristocratic families and academic tutors from various cities in Zhong and Min provinces. Anyway, only those with status are qualified to come here and watch the battle up close. The seating arrangements in the spectator seats are carefully arranged and sorted according to the city's cards. The arrangement is different every year. The higher the ranking, the more important the students in the area are valued by the Hunting God Pavilion. There were 36 candidates present, from 27 cities in Zhong and Fujian. Someone among the candidates suddenly pointed to the front of the viewing platform. "Look, the first seat is not Zhonglin." Everyone looked into the distance, and soon their expressions froze. In the first seating area for watching the game, there are 2 words written on it, Quancheng. Old Tang led the principal group of Quancheng, sitting among them, his face full of red light. People around him were rustling, especially the 3 cities of Zhonglin, Luzhou, and Ninghu, were the most unconvinced. Although there are talented people from generation to generation in Zhongshan, the position of the first seat usually rotates among these 3 cities. Quancheng is positioned as a logistics city. It has no chance to participate in the Hunting God Pavilion exam in previous years, let alone jump to the 3rd place all of a sudden. 1. But this seat was arranged by the examiners of Hunting God Pavilion. No matter how dissatisfied they were, they could only accept it. Ninghu City was placed in the 4th seating area. This was the first time that Ninghu was thrown out of the top 3 seats. Kai Wuya, who was sitting among them, looked very unhappy. Kai Sha in the field also gritted his teeth. The horned dragon disaster, with double experience under the red moon, was snatched away, which caused his leveling speed to drop significantly, and he suddenly fell to 10th place. There were also rumors that their family skills were killed on the spot, and were vulnerable, further damaging the family's reputation. All this is due to that boy from Quancheng. There was fire in his eyes, but it was hard to get angry. The Hunting God Pavilion exam is the most important exam every year in Daxia. It will not only be carried out in Zhongnan, but also in all major provinces across the country. Gaozhan from Yidiantian may also be watching this exam. Anyone who dares to mess around during the exam will seek death. Kai Sha's expression became more and more gloomy. His eyes looked in the direction of the seating area, and after meeting his father Kai Wuya's eyes, a firm determination flashed in his eyes. Yes, just get to that level. As long as it reaches that level, no one can save that kid. Not even God. At this time, a voice suddenly sounded from the field, "Examiner, please." As the voice fell, an old man suddenly appeared at the front of the viewing platform. The old man has a thin body and an old face, but he carries a 3-eyed python on his shoulders. His long silver hair is scattered freely, and his powerful aura is released like a mountain. Lishan Pavilion Provincial Examination, Zhong and Min Province, Examiner, Zhao Qingmeng. At this moment, the whole place was extremely quiet, and you could hear a pin drop. Welcome to Zhong Lin's examination room. Everyone has been assembled. The provincial examination of Hunting God Pavilion will begin immediately. Announce the assessment rules now. Before announcing the assessment rules, please ask yourselves first, why do you want to become a life hunter? Generally speaking, the answer to this question is to protect the family, win glory for the country, fight for life with the gods, protect the eternal prosperity of the human race, etc. However, the real purpose of many people is to get promoted, get rich, advocate violence, and satisfy their desires. Recently, many aristocratic families have become more and more closed-door, and it is difficult for the grassroots to come forward. This trend is very bad. History is like a mirror looking into evil spirits. All the monsters from all walks of life appear in the mirror. He paused and said, "One more question. What lessons does the disintegration of the West End teach us 100 years ago?" There was silence for a moment. Zhao Qingmeng shook his head, and his majestic voice echoed throughout the audience again. "You must have studied history class. The West District was once glorious, but later on, they became self-defeating and internally corrupted, yet they still wore medals for each other. Everyone does it, top down, bottom up. This is tantamount to destroying the Great Wall. The Western District was captured by the Black Palace, and the once proud Federation was declared disintegrated. Now it has become the headquarters of the Black Palace. The lesson is of course very profound. Yes, no matter how strong the fortress is, it cannot prevent it from being breached from the inside. The human race has only lived a good life for a few days, but there is always an invisible hand lingering, trying to drag us into hell. The Western District has disintegrated, but we in Daxia cannot make the same mistakes again. The Hunting God Pavilion is one of the most authoritative departments in Daxia. This also means that the Hunting God Pavilion will be extremely strict in recruiting new recruits. Fortresses are often breached from within, and the enemy simply takes advantage of them. Stupid people destroy the Great Wall and bring disaster to the country and the people. This is not alarmist talk. The so-called impregnable pass has never existed, but the truly solid pass only exists in people's hearts. Quote. Then, that is faith, that is will. Every word spoken by the examiner, Zhao Qingmeng, was low-pitched, but like thunder, it undoubtedly caused huge ripples in the hearts of the candidates. If you think that entering the Hunting God Pavilion is the way to the sky, you are totally wrong. We in Great Shah value faith more than combat power, because only by ensuring that the true body does not lose control and that we are not bewitched by the Black Palace will we be more worthy of the important responsibilities that Great Shah has given us. This examination has changed the usual assessment model. The first level is the risk test of losing control. Only by sticking to one's heart can the human life hunter truly stand strong. As soon as Zhao Qingmeng finished speaking, a huge stone monument suddenly rose on the stage. The stone tablet is filled with light and runes, resembling an ancient giant beast. Among the attributes of a life hunter, there is one very special attribute, and that is the will of the body. Only you know this value. Unless you tell others yourself, the specific value cannot be measured by any known underworld props. This is exactly what the Black Palace takes advantage of. There may be some people with ulterior motives who have infiltrated the officialdom. But we are not helpless. The old man turned to point at the stone tablet and said, "This is the third-generation Risk stone tablet. It combines the wisdom of the master craftsman. It can calculate the proportional relationship between the body's willpower and the real body's mental power, and can combine the real body's physical and mental factors and other factors. Comprehensively calculate the risk of losing control of the life hunter. Although losing control is not just about willpower, the general principle is that the higher the willpower, the smaller the risk of losing control. The stone tablet test will be divided into 3 levels according to the risk coefficient of loss of control: red, yellow, green. If the stone tablet emits red light, it means it is out of control and you will be imprisoned immediately. If the stone tablet emits a yellow light, it indicates that it is potentially out of control and requires further monitoring. If the stone tablet emits a green light, it proves that there is no risk of losing control, and the stone tablet will give a score, ranging from 1 to 100. The higher the score, the smaller the risk of losing control in the future. The test scores will be directly included in the final assessment. Total score. Finally, let me talk about the rules. No props can be used. Once discovered, you will be directly disqualified from the exam. Do you understand everything? Everyone responded, "I understand." Then now, please go on stage according to your number and take the stone tablet test in sequence. The words fell. A solemn atmosphere filled the air. No. 36, Wencheng, Chen Chao. After the call was called, a sturdy boy stood up and walked towards the stone monument with some anxiety. The spectator stand immediately erupted in discussion. This candidate was recommended by Wencheng. It's lucky to say that the deadline for qualifying for the ranking list was 156 hours. He spent 155 hours, 59 minutes, and 59 seconds to get on the list and got the ticket at the last second. I don't know if it's because he has a strong destiny, or if he ignores the upgrade wait and forcibly upgrades. We'll find out later when we see the results displayed on the stone tablet. Testing site. The blue stone paving covers a radius of several miles and is of uncanny craftsmanship. There is a huge test stone standing in the middle. Beside the stone, in addition to the examiner Zhao Qingmeng, there are dozens of supervisors to eliminate any possibility of cheating. Zhao Qingmeng said, "Just call out the true body and inject the soul power into the stone tablet." Chen Chao nodded, summoned his true body, and injected his soul power into it. Wow! After a moment of silence, the detection stone emits a dazzling red light. The result is displayed on it. Red light, 0 points. Everyone's eyes widened. Red light 0 points. So is this out of control? Chen Chao is clearly looking at a talented person. If it weren't for the red light display on the detection stone, he really wouldn't have been able to tell that he was out of control. Are the results really accurate? The whole audience held their breath, waiting for the examiner's verdict. After seeing the result, Chen Chao's body trembled suddenly, his face turned the color of an eggplant with pain, and he said in a panic, "Master Zhao, I didn't lose control, I must have made a mistake." Zhao Qingmeng's face was stern. "You can't get into trouble as a life hunter. You are weak-willed, but you ignored the upgrade weight and forced the upgrade. You have lost control. It is useless to say more. However, considering that the time for losing control is short, going to Shishin Pavilion now can save 1 or 2. Someone, take him away." As soon as he finished speaking, a space door suddenly appeared. Several guards in armor escorted Chen Chaosheng into it, and the door was immediately closed. In the blink of an eye, Chen Chao was taken away from the scene. Everyone was in an uproar. "Quiet." Zhao Qingmeng's voice overshadowed the entire audience. "This candidate is from Wencheng No. 1 Middle School. If the newcomer is out of control, supervision is insufficient. Wencheng No. 1 Middle School's resource subsidy will be lowered by 1 level." After finishing speaking, the seats in Wencheng's viewing platform burst into mourning. Next, Yancheng, Li Sheng. "Wow." After a moment of silence, the detection stone tablet emitted a yellow light. Yellow light. 0 points. The willpower is slightly low, there is a potential risk of losing control, and the conditions for entering the Hunting God Pavilion are not met, and further monitoring is required. Zhao Qingmeng waved his hand, and a space door appeared. "This portal leads to the Preparatory Academy. You can go to the lower Preparatory Academy to take the lower level Academy examination." Li Sheng had a bitter expression on his face. God knows how hard he worked to reach the top of the rankings. However, reaching level 16 in a week is just a stepping stone. The Hunting God Pavilion requires more than just strength to recruit new players. He has no objection to the result of the stone tablet, only he knows the extent of his will. Compared to his true body, his will is indeed weaker. "Thank you, Mr. Zhao, for giving me the opportunity." After saying that, he bowed in courtesy and then walked into the portal. The test was in full swing, and in a blink of an eye, it was already in the top 10 of Zhang Min's freshman ranking list. Next, Ninghu, Chisha. Kai Sha heard the sound and stepped forward. As the young master of the Burying Tu family, he is usually arrogant and domineering, but facing the soul test of the stone tablet, he does not dare to act recklessly. There was someone in the Burying Tu family who had passed Qi before. The first test in the Hunting God Pavilion was the stone tablet torture, and Kai Sha knew that. But before the test, Kai Sha still hesitated, and his uneasy eyes looked at Kai Wuya in the Ninghu sitting area. Kai Wuya nodded to reassure him. After receiving the response, Kai Sha breathed a sigh of relief. The prop came from Wanji Trading Company and could evade the detection of the stone tablet and would not be discovered. After preparing for a while, the soul power was injected into the stone tablet. Wow! After a moment of silence, the detection stone tablet emitted a bright green light. The result is displayed on it. Green light, 5 points. Hiss. Seeing this result, everyone on the viewing platform took a deep breath and showed shocked expressions. 26 people have been tested before. 1 was imprisoned in the Shishin Pavilion, 7 were sent to the lower reserve hospital, and the remaining 18 people had a minimum score of 0.5 and a maximum of 1.3. Chisha's 5 points directly set a new record. 5 points is the highest score so far. As expected, he is indeed the young master of the Burial Tu family. The crowd exclaimed. Although the test score of the stone tablet ranges from 0 to 99, and 5 seems to be a relatively low score, in fact, the range of 0 to 99 includes almost all official life hunters and novices who are never familiar with the world. They are all among them, including General Juxian, who has strong faith. The generals of Juyin have already stood at the top, and their will and belief exceed the imagination of ordinary people. For newcomers who have just awakened their true form for a week, being able to emit green light and score points in this test can already be recognized as a genius among geniuses. Although the score displayed on the steel cannot directly represent willpower, under normal conditions, 1 point basically corresponds to 10,000 willpower. Chisha's 5 points is estimated to have about 50,000 willpower. This is definitely an amazing number for newcomers. This level of willpower makes people unable to help but be shocked. Pop. After being stunned for a moment, everyone in the seating area applauded in unison, as if cheering for a great record. Although there is competition between various cities, generally speaking, this competition is positive and they are all aimed at jointly seeking progress on the land of Daxia. The emergence of an outstanding newcomer, especially a newcomer with 50,000 will, is not only an honor for Ninghu, but also for the entire Zhongmen. However, amidst the applause of the crowd, Kai Sha did not show the joy he should have, but instead had a cold smile on his lips. The quiz continues. No. 9. Zhang Qiyu, green light, 1.9 points. No. 8. Shu Qianshan, green light, 1.7 points. No. 7. He Zhu, green light, 2.1 points. No. 6. He Lu, green light, 2.1 points. No. 5. He Bao, green light, 2.1 points. No. 4. He Hu, green light, 2.1 points. No. 3. He Long, green light, 2.1 points. Zhang Min's ranking on the promotion list does not mean the final result. 8 of the top 10 have completed the test, and Kai Sha's 5 points still top the list, and are more than twice as high as the second place. Fraction. The atmosphere in the seating area was still hot, and many people looked at Kai Sha in unison, seeming to have determined in advance that he was the Zhongmin champion this year. Next, go to Beijing, Gongqing. As Gongqing's name was called out, there was an instant uproar in the venue. How could we forget her? The Shangjing Palace family is a destiny family. The Gong family is one of the 6 iron-blooded families in Daxia. I heard that the inheritors of the Gong family's bloodline enjoy a certain increase in willpower. I believe that this young lady from the Gong family will definitely perform well. In addition, Gongqing's true nature is as tender as water. This nature is not easy to lose control of. I believe there will be additional points added to the score of the stone tablet. Under the gaze and discussion of everyone, Gongqing responded. The nose is straight and delicate, and the small red mouth is habitually pursed, showing strength and cold arrogance. Further down, there is the slender white neck, and the plump breasts hold up the white shirt. Everyone could hardly take their eyes away from Gongqing. The Shangjing Gong family is a family with a long history and strong strength. Although Gongqing does not want to be bound to the Shangjing Gong family, her temperament cannot be concealed at all. A kind of confidence is revealed from every move she makes. People are attracted involuntarily. The footsteps stopped in front of the stone monument. The quiz begins. Infusion of soul power. The stone tablet hummed and a bright green light burst out. The result is displayed on it. Green light, 10 points. 10 points. Seeing this score, everyone in the seating area couldn't help but tremble with excitement. It's another new record, and it has doubled Kai Sha's record. The Gong family. You are indeed worthy of the iron-blooded family. There is a saying on the Juxian battlefield that you can always trust the Gong family. Even if everyone else flees, the Gong family will not. High willpower, unyielding iron-bloodedness, and eternal defense of Daxia are the labels of the Gong family. The audience burst into thunderous applause that lasted for a long time. Principal Tang Ji applauded the most enthusiastically. After all, Gongqing was studying in Quancheng No. 1 Middle School. Her achievements were not only her personal victory, but also brought Quancheng No. 1 Middle School to benefit from it. When the examiner Zhao Qingmeng saw this result, he nodded with satisfaction. Compared to everyone's excited expressions, Gongqing's face was slightly disappointed, as if the score could have been higher. Next, Quancheng, Xu Yan. After hearing his name, Xu Yan raised his feet and walked towards the stone tablet. Gongqing raised his eyes and locked eyes tightly. Everyone in the seating area also looked at Xu Yan, with extremely strong expectations in their eyes. After all, he is the first in the ranking list. After all, it created a record for leveling up in the history of Zhong and Min provinces. Just bury the earth. Double kill the unfortunate. 3 kills and horse faces. Star of Fountain City. Both are hot topics on the Mingya forum. The number 1 newcomer in Quancheng, the popular fried chicken. The examiner team also paid great attention to Xu Yan. A data panel appeared in front of them. Xu Yan, level 16, Special Destiny, Return of the Dead. Close black lens bracket. The return of the dead is the special fate reported by Ku Sha. A new special destiny. You have to know that the last time a new special destiny appeared was 100 years ago. That destiny was out of control. It was simply a nightmare for the human race. I don't know if this new destiny will easily get out of control. I hope it won't disappoint us. There is a vague sense of ominous premonition. There is competition between cities, and it has always been fierce and obvious. Officials are also happy to see cities through healthy competition, with the drive to create greater glory as time waits for no one, and to live up to the destiny of the times. The ranking of the top 100 cities in Zhong and Min province is deeply rooted, also known as 1 core, 2 centers and 3 circles. 1 core refers to Zhonglan, 2 hearts refers to Luzhou and Ninghu, and other cities belong to the 3 circles. In the age of destiny, 1 person, 1 city is not just talk. Cultivating a provincial champion, a city rising to stardom, skewing resources, and changing fortunes will have the opportunity to rewrite the city's competitive landscape. Everyone in Quancheng is full of expectations. Here we go. As the examiner's deep drink fell, everyone in the audience stopped talking in low voices, and their fiery eyes were fixed on the handsome young man walking slowly without blinking. During this period, Quancheng star, Xu Yan was born, and his popularity in Zhongmin soared, and he was extremely controversial. He comes from a grassroots background and has few resources to support him, but he is able to rank first on the leveling list. He just relies on his talent. The record of double-killing Doom has also demonstrated his terrifying strength as a rookie. But it is a special destiny after all. People with special horoscopes lack regular discipline and are most likely to overturn. In the Quancheng sitting area, Huang Feng, the principal of No. 2 Middle School, was sitting next to Old Tang, his face slightly solemn. Quancheng has a special destiny, and he is expected to hit the top spot and rewrite the competition pattern in Quancheng. He is undoubtedly excited. But he also knew that Xu Yan's true form was a negative personality, the kind that would kill people at every turn. If he wanted to get high scores in this test, Xu Yan must have stronger willpower than others. Okay. Inexplicably nervous, Old Tang patted him on the shoulder, then picked up the wine that was only available in the first seat area and stood up. Raising his glass to everyone in the Quancheng seating area, Old Tang said in a cautious tone, "I know Xu Yan, at least 3 points for the jump." After saying that, he drank it in one gulp as if celebrating in advance. Old Tang's true identity is the originator of spiritual dogs, and he possesses a terrifying talent. His breath can tell the truth, and his scent can identify ghosts and gods. What you said is very informative. Old Tang's words were like reassurance, so everyone in the Quancheng seating area also followed suit and raised their glasses. Gentlemen, our Quancheng is about to turn over. For Quancheng, cheers, Under the gaze of all the eyes of the audience, Xu Yan walked slowly and unhurriedly to the test stone tablet. The palm of the hand is pressed against the stone tablet, and the soul power is injected into it. Suddenly, a special energy rose from the stone tablet, followed his arm, entered his body, and then rushed directly into his consciousness. The mark on his forehead began to move. What happened? Xu Yan was stunned. This mark on his forehead may be related to his dead life experience. Before the answer is revealed, he does not want to reveal it easily. He quickly mobilized his will and forcibly suppressed the detection energy emitted by the stone tablet, maintaining his secret. The light on the stone tablet kept flashing. The red light, yellow light, and green light switched back and forth, reflecting the expressions of the audience in the seating area very wonderfully. The examiners looked hesitant. Something's wrong, something's really wrong. Is there an error in the steel program? Impossible. This steel is connected with all the heavenly creations, there is no way it can go wrong. This candidate has a special destiny. The test is more complicated and requires more computing power. While the examiners were stunned and self-doubting, the light on the stone tablet finally stopped switching. Green light. It's green light. The people in the Quancheng seating area were the first to shout, and their uneasy mood finally subsided. However, the score displayed on the stone tablet remained unchanged. 0 marks. Most of the people in the Ninghu seating area were from the Buryan Tu clan. When they saw this score, a hint of schadenfreude flashed across their faces without hiding it. But the people in the Quancheng seating area were not depressed because of the 0 score. Huang Feng nodded with satisfaction. That's enough. Although it's a little less than the 3 points expected by Old Tang, we have passed the test at least. There are still a few more tests to go. If we can make up the points, we can still strive for the provincial top pick. After hearing what Huang Feng said, everyone in Quan City nodded in agreement. After all, they had all seen Xu Yan's true form with their own eyes. The ultimate negative personality. Anyway, the green light is passing. Green light also passed the line with 0 points. Although it was not as good as expected, there was still a chance later, and Quancheng's hope of winning the championship was not completely dashed. And just when everyone thought the result was settled. Wow, the numbers on the stone tablet jumped. Xu Yan activated his willpower and forcibly suppressed the reveal of the mark, but the willpower activated was also detected by the stone tablet, and was fed back into a numerical value, which was displayed on the stone tablet. Green light, 0.1 points. The numerical value jumps, which means that the test is not over yet. Discussions began in the seating area. 0.1 points, although not out of control, but still at the bottom. This value shows that there is still a risk of losing control in the future. Anyway, it is certain to wait for the upgrade. If you wait too frequently for upgrades, then the Life Hunter will not be able to go very far. Even if you are lucky enough to enter the God Hunter Pavilion, you will most likely fall behind in level and be eliminated. Why hasn't the examiner announced the results yet? What are you waiting for? While the crowd was discussing, the value on the stone tablet changed again. Wow, it's beating again. What's going on? If the numbers just jumped like a snail, then at this moment, the strong light on the stone tablet burst out, and the numbers jumped sharply, like a violent storm. 2, 3, 4, quote, 10, more than Miss Gong's family. How can it be? It's hard to believe, but seeing is believing. The beating numbers on the stone tablet cannot fool anyone. 23, 24, 25, quote, quote. At this time, the audience's emotions were completely ignited, and they began to shout along with the numbers unconsciously. 38, 39, 40, quote, quote. Too fast. Even the strongest speaking speed can't keep up. The light is still shining. The numbers are still beating. 65, 66, 67, quote, quote. Shocked by the beating numbers on the stone tablet, everyone couldn't help but marvel. So amazed that I lost my voice. The examiner team was even more shocked. The people in the Quancheng seating area were stunned, letting the red wine in their hands spill all over the floor. Even the well-informed examiner Zhao Qingmeng has never seen newcomers fight like this. The light is still shining. The numbers are still beating. 96, 97, 98. I'm in a trough. I'm in a trough. I'm in a trough. The strongest light on the stone tablet suddenly shines. 99. Huge numbers, full screen green light. The hearts of everyone present stopped beating in an instant. Everyone's expressions were frozen at this moment. The whole place was silent, deathly silent. Boom. This is not the heartbeat, this is the sound of liver trembling. Xu Yan didn't notice the complicated looks in the audience. He was still fighting against the induction of the stone tablet. The stone tablet wanted to stimulate the mark on his forehead, but no matter what, the mark could not be forced out by it. I'll beat your lungs out. Boom. A loud bang. The steel exploded. Exploded. Got it. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Chapter 91. The steel exploded. The dazzling green light burst out, lighting up the entire sky. Fragments of the steel were scattered, covering the entire site. Everyone was stunned by this sudden scene, and they all let out exclamations and gasped involuntarily. Hiss. Xu Yan originally planned to deal with this test in a low profile and get a similar score, but he didn't expect that the induction power of the stone tablet was so strong. He couldn't get rid of it for a while, so he had to fight to the end. His intuition told him that the mark on his forehead should not be revealed easily. Until his life experience was clear, he had to be careful and handle it carefully. Fortunately, he won in the end, otherwise the mark on his forehead might have been exposed. Just for now, the stone tablet was blown up by himself, causing exclamations and a sensation. In this way, it is naturally impossible to keep a low profile. But no matter whether he is low-key or high-profile, his goal is always clear, which is to solve the mystery of Blue Falls and get the town back. Moreover, to get the title of Kwanchung Star, you must live up to Kwanchung's expectations. Perhaps it is your destiny to stand in the wind all the way. Xu Yan is very thoughtful. I'm just curious about what score the examiner will give me. After the examiners on the stage were suddenly shocked, their minds immediately fell into chaos. Is blowing up the monument a manifestation of overwhelming will, or is there something wrong with the monument? Was it because the test's special horoscope was different from the regular horoscope and the stone tablet could not be analyzed, so the explosion was caused, or was there any other possibility of an accident? They tried hard to think of many reasons for blowing up the monument, but they couldn't come up with a reasonable explanation. After looking at each other, they all turned their attention to the examiner Zhao Qingmeng. Zhao Qingmeng was actually extremely horrified. If he hadn't seen it with his own eyes, he wouldn't have believed it. Anyway, he can't blow up this stone tablet. If I remember correctly, the leader of the year blew up the monument after reaching the full level. Exploding the monument has two meanings. It means that the willpower will explode, and it also means that you will never lose control. But it is unheard of to blow up the monument when you are a rookie. Quote. When everyone heard this, they were even more shocked. So how should we give points? It's a headache because I can't tell whether the bombing of the monument was an accident or a normal test. Who can say for sure? Maybe Tiangong Pavilion can explain it clearly. Tiangong Pavilion. Zhao Qingmeng nodded and said, the stone tablet is connected to the computing power of the Wanxiang Tiangong tablet. If the stone tablet explodes, the master craftsman in Zhengquan Division, Tiangong Pavilion, can also get feedback. I have just sent them message, please wait for their reply. Ding. As soon as I finished speaking, the reply message came. Zhao Qingmeng quickly opened the communication panel, and the information was displayed as follows. Open black lens bracket. It's really a witness to history. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Rating. Close black lens bracket. 100. Reason, the stone tablet exploded. Assessment, the body and the real body fit perfectly, and there is no risk of losing control. He can be called the strongest member of the human race, and can be awarded the old iron medal. Remarks, this score is not strongly related to willpower. Please do not convert willpower in the conventional way, otherwise the conclusion may be very exaggerated and inaccurate. Looking at the reply message, Zhao Qingmeng was startled at first. The test range of the stone tablet is 0 to 99 points, and blowing up the stone tablet directly gives 100 points. If the score is linked to willpower, then 100 points may correspond to 1 million willpower. How is this possible in the rookie period? Fortunately, the note said that this score is not related to willpower, otherwise many people would definitely be outraged. So what this 100 points represents is, the true body and the main body are in perfect harmony and will never lose control. Close black lens bracket. This is the first time I have heard of perfect fit in my life. The true body is the true body, and the true body is the true body, which is called perfect fit. No matter what, he is undoubtedly the most trustworthy official among the officials if he can avoid the risk of losing control. Thinking of this, Zhao Qingmeng's mood instantly brightened. He simply projected the information from Tiangong Pavilion in the air so that everyone in the audience could see it. Then the crowd was immediately shocked. The body and the real body fit perfectly. There is no risk of losing control. Such an assessment shocked everyone. The strongest member of the human race, if this spreads out, it will not only shock the entire Zhongmin, but also the entire Daxia. Everyone in the Quancheng seating area hugged each other, and some people were already in tears. They were shocked, but even more excited. With these 100 points, Xu Yan was firmly ranked first. Winning the provincial top prize can be said to be a matter of control. Thinking further, those who never lose control have far-reaching significance. They are likely to enter the absolute core level of Daxia in the future, contribute to the rise of the human race, and even profoundly affect the development of the entire history of the human race. Thinking of this, Old Tang was extremely excited and tightened his nose. It turns out that I still underestimated him. Amidst the shock, Kai Sha among the candidates was very dissatisfied with this evaluation. What does it mean to be a perfect fit and never lose control? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. His tone was not polite at all. It's really funny. I'm afraid it was through cheating that I deceived the stone tablet and the old guys at Tiangong Pavilion. Gong Qing on the side snorted coldly. What do you think the stone tablet is? It is the top creation of Tiangong Pavilion. It connects the secret power of the all things Tiangong tablet. Not even General Tianchi can try to deceive it. Who knows? Kai Sha interrupted her with a look of disdain. He had just used the prop from Wanji Trading Company to successfully deceive the stone tablet, and he was the witness. The members of the Zhang Tu family in the spectator seats also responded, young master is right, in the dictionary of life hunters, the word, never lose control, does not exist. Shut up. Kai Wuya, who was sitting as chief of Ninghu district, was uncharacteristically angry at this time. Shut up, everyone. What do you know? Don't fan the flames, you idiots. At this moment, an urgent message suddenly hit the sky above Shite. Displayed as follows. Open black lens bracket what a ghost. Close black lens bracket. Rating invalid all invalid. Reason the stone monument is contaminated. Through the feedback from the explosive energy of the steel, it was discovered that there was a contaminated atmosphere in the original steel, but it had nothing to do with the boy who just took the test. The steel was contaminated long before the boy took the test, and the source of the pollution is still under investigation. This contamination has little impact on the test results, but to be conservative, it is recommended to retest manually. For reference only, the opinion of the examiner shall prevail. Seeing this message, the whole audience was shocked. Kai Wuya wanted to scold his son, Kai Sha, for failing to accomplish anything but ruining it. So what if he, Quancheng Star, never loses control? Regardless of whether it's true or not, as long as he reaches that level and uses that prop, he will never survive. Looking for something to do. Unbearable. This idiot. Looking at the information notice, Kai Sha swallowed hard, turned his head and saw the fierce light in his father's eyes. He understood the powerful relationship and wanted to slap himself. Fortunately, the stone tablet exploded, and fortunately the prop was hardcore enough. If the source of the pollution was really investigated and the deal between them and the Black Palace was exposed, then even if he had 1,000 lives to bury the Tujia family, it wouldn't be enough. Unlike Kai Sha who had ulterior motives, the candidates on the side were completely confused. The stone monument was actually contaminated. Why is it that everything is so good that it is contaminated? All test scores are invalid. The stone tablets have been blown to pieces. What is the method of retesting, and how will the results be calculated? Blue-eyed white python. All the candidates were stunned when they heard Zhao Qingmeng shout loudly, and then the three-eyed python on Zhao Qingmeng's shoulder suddenly opened its eyes, and a powerful aura suddenly erupted from his body, causing everyone present to scream. The next moment, a terrifying cyan light burst out from the giant python's third eye. Boom. For an instant, all the candidates on the stage who were stared at by the giant python's third eye felt as if they were being suppressed by a boulder and were unable to move. It's mental pressure. The faces of all the candidates changed dramatically. These candidates were not ordinary newcomers. They were among the top 36 newcomers in Zhong'an. However, they were unable to hold up under the mental pressure of the giant python. Slowly, they fell one after another. In the field, only Xu Yan looked as calm as water. Facing the death gaze of the python, I feel nothing. Thank you, Qing Pingxi, for another cup of bobo milk tea. The mental pressure of the blue-eyed white python rushed towards him. The candidates were suppressed by the coercion and could not even possess their true bodies, so they could only bear it with their own will. Some people couldn't hold on and fell down. After falling down, he will be immediately transferred by a mysterious force and sent out of the glaucoma sight range of the blue-eyed white python. Then everyone will understand. This is a retest of willpower, without any bells and whistles, and it saves time. The examinee who was stared at by glaucoma in the field felt like every second seemed like a year. They were pale and sweating profusely. But they are persisting. Many people feel that their scores in the previous stone tablet test were low, and now that they have the opportunity to take the test again, they don't want to give up just like that. The longer you hold on, the higher your score will be and the greater your chance of qualifying. Entering the hunting god pavilion is their dream, and it is also the highest honor in the hearts of Daxia people. I finally got a second test opportunity, so how could I give it up so easily? However, the mental coercion attached to the glaucoma of the blue-eyed white python is not something that newcomers can easily resist. As time passed, fewer and fewer people were standing. 13th second. Only the top 10 rookies on the promotion list were left standing in the field. Swish. The blue-eyed white python's glaucoma eyes became more and more intense, and the mysterious spiritual pressure continued to grow stronger. At 17 seconds, Luzhou Shu Qianshan fell down and was sent out. At 19 seconds, Luzhou Zhang Qiyu fainted. At the 21st second, Zhang Lin's 5 masters, He Long, He Hu, He Bao, He Lu, and He Zhu, were all defeated. Gong Qing was fine at this moment, but Kai Sha looked very strenuous at this moment, with big beads of sweat on his forehead. Kai Sha glanced at Kai Wuya in the sitting area, and after receiving the signal, he no longer persisted. At the 50th second, Kai Sha gave up. Now only Gong Qing and Xu Yan are standing in the field. The unparalleled twins of Quancheng No. 1 Middle School. Everyone in Quan City saw it with joy and cheers, and the cheers came one after another. I don't know how long it took, but suddenly, the blue-eyed white python closed its third eye, and the mysterious spiritual pressure disappeared. Gong Qing suddenly breathed a sigh of relief. Her will support has basically reached its peak, and she will only be defeated if she continues to hold on. Unexpectedly, the mental pressure of the blue-eyed white python is probably on the order of 100,000. Xu Yan put his hands behind his back. He looked at the glaucoma of the blue-eyed white python before, without any pressure. Although his will cannot be said to be invincible, it is at least over 1,000,000 levels and cannot be shaken by ordinary mental pressure. It's over, everyone asked in low voices, and after receiving confirmation, the people in Quancheng cheered crazily in the seating area behind Xu Yan. Even Huang Feng, the principal of the No. 2 Middle School, who is usually quite arrogant, couldn't help but clap his hands in celebration at this moment. The star of Quancheng naturally represents Quancheng. Xu Yan's rise made everyone in Quancheng proud. Old Tang's face flushed with excitement. After all, the 2 people standing on the stage were from Quancheng No. 1 Middle School. Everyone sits back and waits for the score. In the previous stone tablet test, Xu Yan was given 100 points, and then he took it back. Everyone in Quancheng in the sitting area was actually unhappy, but when they saw that Xu Yan was still strong in the second test, they couldn't help but applaud. The score in the second test cannot be lower. The third eye of the blue-eyed white python was closed. When its opened eyes glanced at Xu Yan again, he felt a little frightened, and even his body shook unconsciously. Zhao Qingmeng on the side saw this and was stunned. "Brother Qing, something is wrong with you. Who makes you so scared?" The blue-eyed white python hesitated for a moment, then let out a sound. Only Zhao Qingmeng can hear its voice, and only Zhao Qingmeng understands its meaning. Is that so? Zhao Qingmeng's expression was calm, but in fact his heart was in turmoil. Following by Meng's words, he looked at Xu Yan and his body trembled unconsciously. "I know." He controlled his frightened mood and whispered back to the blue-eyed white python. When it was time to announce the scores, the audience held their breath. Everyone turned their attention to Zhao Qingmeng. Hunting God Pavilion Provincial Examination, Zhongmin Province. The examiner is one of the 8 generals in the Hunting God Pavilion. The results of the second test are decided by him, and he has nothing to say about it. At this moment, the whole place was extremely quiet, and you could hear a pin drop. Zhao Qingmeng's silver-white hair was spread freely, and his powerful aura was released like a mountain. The majestic voice echoed in the field. The first level of assessment is over. Because there was an accident, there are 2 tests in this level. One is the soul test of the stone tablet, and the other is the mental pressure of the blue-eyed white python. The second test is just a supplement to the first test. Facts have proved that the results of the second test are not much different from the score of the stone tablet. So the results this time are still based on the stone tablet score. If you have any objections, you can file a retrial with the Ministry of Protection. The results will be announced now. The performance rankings appeared in front of everyone's eyes. First place, Xu Yan, explosive performance, score, 100. Second place, Gong Qing, score, 10. Third place, Kai Sha, score, 5. Fourth place, He Long, score, 2.1. Open black lens bracket, close black lens bracket. 18th place, Huangjia, score, 1. Those who score less than 1 point will stop the Grand Hunting Pavilion exam, but they can still go to the lower level preparatory academy to take the exam, so please don't be discouraged or give up on yourself. The road to being a life hunter is long and difficult, no matter where you are. If you can shine for Daxia and the human race, if you perform well in the preparatory academy, in the future, you will still have the opportunity to be transferred to the Hunting God Pavilion. Anyone with a score higher than 1 will advance to the next round of assessment, so please be prepared. Zhao Qingmeng's voice was like a sentence, and some of the people present were happy and some were sad. 1 point is enough to advance. The seemingly easy score actually eliminated half of the people. You must know that these half of the people are the best newcomers in the entire Jiangmen province. And when it only takes 1 point to advance, the 100 points that ranks first in the gap is particularly eye-catching. Obviously, the examiner also acquiesced in the test results of the stone tablet. 100 points. The body and the real body are in perfect harmony and will never lose control. The rising star of Quanchang will never lose control. The human race is the strongest. See you soon. At this time, no one had any idea. Everyone knew it tacitly, and only 2 words came to mind: old iron. There was brief shock, thunderous applause, and the whole audience cheered. This kid will definitely be a figure in the future. No, now he is a character. Different from the reactions in other seating areas, the members of the Zhengtu family in the Ninghu seating area looked unconvinced. Kai Sha in the field also shook his head repeatedly, looked at Xu Yan, and gritted his teeth. 100 points. Perfect fit. Never out of control. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Let me let you be arrogant for a while longer. The more you laugh now, the more miserable your death will be. Senran sneered. Ha. Swish. Another cyan light shone from the third eye of the blue-eyed white python, but it was different from before. At this time, the candidate did not feel mental pressure when bathing in the cyan light. Instead, he felt a very comfortable feeling, and then magically the willpower was restored. After the revision, the remaining candidates quickly entered the next stage. The 9-story demon tower is open. Zhao Qingmeng's voice echoed throughout the audience. Boom. As soon as Zhao Qingmeng finished speaking, under the gaze of thousands of pairs of eyes, a 9-story strange tower rose from the ground like magic. Having seen the burying on the spot of the Burial 2 family and the portal of the Road Management Bureau, Xu Yan would not have been too surprised by the spatial transfer of such a large building. But when he saw the appearance of the tower, he couldn't help but want to scream. The first floor looks like a huge skull with empty eyes and is eerie. On the second floor, the tower was covered with flying ice and snow, and the biting cold air hit our faces. On the third floor, the outer wall is wrapped in a sheet of lava, and hot red magma rolls past. On the fourth floor, the tower is painted with ancient runes and flashes with mysterious spells. The fifth floor is covered with dense vegetation. The sixth floor is made of copper and iron walls, and the killing aura of the weapons overflows. On the seventh floor, there are rolling waves, as if you were in a turbulent ocean. The eighth floor is filled with strong electric energy, full of strange scenes of light and electricity. On the top floor, the stars twinkled and it was very mysterious. There is no doubt that the appearance of this demon tower is not only a huge challenge, but also a breathtaking visual feast. And just as everyone was exclaiming and screaming, Zhao Qingmeng's voice sounded again. The second level will be held in the 9-story demon tower. All candidates are asked to listen carefully to the exam rules. First of all, I want to explain to you the structure of the 9-story demon tower in detail. This demon tower is formed by the secret power of Wangquan. Each layer is a special scene area. Not only that, it will also summon the ultimate evil king in the dungeon, which is the most powerful existence in each dungeon. Theoretically, all the captured dungeons in Daxia, including the ultimate evil king, can be summoned to this demon tower. Of course, the 9-story demon tower we see now is not its body, but a clone of the demon tower. As a special part of our exam, each floor of the demon tower will be matched with an ultimate evil king selected by the main tower for you, as your opponent for this assessment. The 9-story demon tower has a total of 9 evil kings. Their strength is extraordinary, and the summoned evil kings will match the aura of the underworld field on that floor, which will greatly increase their combat power. and the difficulty coefficient of each level will increase, which will have higher requirements on your soul skills and strategic abilities. You can earn points by clearing each level. The difficulty factor is doubled and the points are doubled with each level. First level, basic 100 points, second level, 200, third level, 400, fourth level, 800, fifth level, 1600, sixth level, 3200, seventh level, 6400, eighth level, 12,800, ninth floor, 25,600. Points are your test scores, and they are also chips that you can use in official commercial stores in the future. A careful reminder, when entering the official website in the future, points will be more valuable than gold coins. Finally, let me repeat the rules of the exam. The equipment you carry with you can be used normally. Other than that, no props can be used. Once discovered, the qualification for the exam will be immediately disqualified. After entering the 9-story demon tower, your storage space will be blocked. You must defeat them within a limited time. Failure will also be determined if timeout is exceeded. You can choose to play alone, or you can choose to enter the field as a team. If you clear the level alone, you can get all the points for that level. If you form a team and pass the level, the points you get will be evenly distributed according to the number of team members. The team limit is 5 people. Before entering the tower, you can check your current points ranking. Then you have 15 minutes to decide whether to enter alone or as a team. Zhao Qingmeng's majestic voice explained the rules of the exam in detail. After finishing speaking, a ranking panel hung in the air, and everyone could see it when they raised their eyes. Lishan Pavilion Provincial Examination, Zhong'an Province Points List. First place, Xu Yan, points, 2040. First place on the level list. Plus 1000 points, additional points. Plus 40 points, 4x10 merit points for killing the horse face out of control risk assessment at the first level. Plus 1000 points, risk stone tablet score 100x10. Second place, Gong Qing, score, 1000. Second on the leveling list. Plus 900 points, additional points. 0 first level out of control risk assessment. Plus 100 points, risk monument score 10x10. Open black lens bracket, close black lens bracket. 18th place, Huang Jia, score, 510. Top 20 on the leveling list. Plus 500 points, additional points. 0 first level out of control risk assessment. Plus 10 points, risk monument score 1x10. From the display of the scoreboard, it can be seen that the results of the first risk assessment do not account for a large proportion of the total points. In addition, although there are additional points for killing the Black Palace horse face, the bonus points are not many. The ranking on the promotion list also has a certain impact on points, but it is not the decisive factor. The assessment points for each level of the 9-story demon tower are doubled. Although the first level only has 100 points, the 9th level has as high as 25,600 points. It can be seen intuitively that this level of assessment is the real difference in scores. Watershed. Each level can create a significant difference. The demon tower in front of you will not only be opened in Zhongmin, but will also be opened simultaneously in the Hunting God Pavilion exams in all major provinces in Daxia. Zhao Qingmeng looked at the candidates and his majestic voice sounded again. So, you are not only competing with yourself, you are also competing with the talented rookies in the entire Great Sha ranking list. I believe you must be very interested in knowing how many points you need to qualify in the provincial level examination and enter the Daxia headquarters for the final examination. I don't know the exact qualifying score either. The qualifying score is based on the top 100 people who took the Hunting God Pavilion exam in the entire Daxia area, so it is not fixed and is determined based on the assessment of all geniuses in Daxia area. A special reminder, there may be casualties in this round of tests, please act within your capabilities. If you encounter danger, you can shout to give up. Your test will be terminated and your results will be based on your results when you gave up. Zhao Qingmeng stopped and let everyone digest the news. These words further heightened the tension in the field. The Hunting God Pavilion is related to the lifeblood of the entire Great Sha and is not accessible to ordinary people. There is no doubt that this is an unprecedentedly fierce competition between the heroes of the Great Sha dynasty. Not only do everyone have to face the challenge of the 9-story demon tower, but they also have to compete to be among the top 100 former Daxia rookies in order to get the final ticket to the Daxia headquarters examination room. But this score cannot be predicted in advance, so we can only go all out. For 15 minutes, everyone except Xu Yan and Gong Qing were discussing the tower attack strategy. The audience in the seating area were already chatting. The higher the tower you attack, the higher your points will be, and the greater your chance of qualifying. At this level, one person cannot go very far with just one person's strength. Even if someone's single combat power can defeat the King of Evil, there is a time limit after all, and he has to attack 9 ultimate King of Evil in a row, which is increasingly difficult. As the layers increase, I will definitely not be able to support it physically. It is worth mentioning that in the history of Zhang and Min, no one has been able to climb to the top of the 9-story tower. 90% of the times a single person attacks the tower cannot even pass the first level, and 99% of them fall on the second level. The average number of 5-person teams I can count on it to reach the 4th level. So if you want to go higher in the 9-story demon tower, you must form a team. Yes, by closely cooperating with teammates and performing precise team operations, it is possible to get rid of physical limitations. And through the complementation of the 5 elements attributes and soul skills, it is more possible to strive for a higher survival rate and damage output, and defeat more copies of King Yi. Zhang Lin's 5 unique combined skills, Luzhou's male and female dual cultivation, Ninghu's buried earth plague King's insect poison, coupled with Gongjia's Luoshui Wangji's Luoshui hidden kill, are also very imaginative, but not knowing Xu Yan's special destiny in Quancheng, who can he be with? Everyone was talking a lot, worrying about the pairing of generals, and some even almost took action because the generals had different opinions. 15 minutes passed quickly. Whether to play alone or in a team, the candidates made the final decision to attack the tower. The time has come, and I have received your decision. Zhao Qingmeng looked at Xu Yan, with a hint of expectation in the corner of his eyes, and then looked at everyone. Quancheng Xu Yan, Shengjing Gong Qing and Ninghu Chisha chose to enter the tower alone. Zhonglin Wuju chose to form a team of 5. Luzhou's duo also entered as a team, and the remaining 8 people also formed 2 teams. Quote, as soon as he finished speaking, there was a flash of light in the sky, and tower attack decision was displayed on the stage like a barrage. After seeing the announcement, some people in the Quancheng seating area couldn't sit still. Why can't we, the 2 prides of Quancheng number 1 middle school, form a team? Yes, even if the team's clearance points will be averaged, if you can attack the 9th floor, then even if the points are averaged, the average score will be very high and powerful. After hearing what they said, Old Tang proudly picked up the red wine and said, don't guess what the genius is thinking, just watch the show. The tower attack sequence has been sorted out. According to the rules, choose the advanced tower in a team and choose the backward one to attack the tower alone. Then those with fewer points will advance, and those with more points will advance. The next one can enter only after the previous one failed to attack the tower and was asked to leave the demon tower. Xu Yan is the last one. The first group has entered the tower. The first group, Huang Jia, Tang Lijian, Lin Fan, Xu Fengwu. Following the sky-shaking roars from the void, huge humanoid souls appeared from behind the 4 of them. With the real body possessed, the aura exuding from everyone suddenly changed. The 4 true bodies of the Golden General, the Fire General, the Wood King, and the Earth King immediately became the focus of the audience and attracted everyone's attention. Although this group comes from 4 different cities, as the top 20 newcomers among the tens of thousands in Jiangmen province, their theoretical and tactical literacy far exceed those of their peers. The physical attributes and soul skills of each other are very compatible. It is obvious that their team formation is carefully considered and not just a random team. General Jin's attack attribute is very outstanding, making him an excellent choice for the main attack. The Fire General is good at assisting long-range attacks and providing critical fire support to teammates. The Wood King takes on the important task of adding milk and can restore the physical strength and injuries of teammates in critical moments. The Earth King is famous for its tenacious defense ability, which can withstand the fierce attack of the King of Era and improve the endurance of team combat. Each member can exert their greatest advantages in their own field, thus forming a powerful collaborative combat system. The 4 of them saluted Zhao Qingmeng, and then looked at each other. Almost at the same time, they burst out with extremely powerful momentum, and their bodies turned into 4 afterimages. Without the slightest fear, they all entered the demon in the tower. Except for the examiner group who can use the official monitor to view the battle situation in the demon tower, the spectator seats cannot directly observe the battle with the naked eye. They can only look at the lanterns on the eaves of the tower. The 9-story demon tower has a lantern hanging on the eaves of each floor. When the lantern lights up, it means the level is successfully cleared. At this moment, the originally heated place suddenly became quiet. Everyone held their breath, waiting for the first lantern to light up. On the side, Shu Yanshin concentrated his mind and had already entered his own spiritual world. Millions of corpses, bloodshed for thousands of miles, blood debt must be paid with blood. In the void, Wanli Chengtu's broken knife was waving wildly, waving out streaks of terrifying blood. There was an urge to kill. Shu Yan was slightly startled, thinking that if it weren't for the restraint of absolute will, Wanli Chengtu would definitely be there. Already killed. What caused Wanli Chengtu to be so frantic was the first stone tablet test. There seems to be an invisible force in the stone tablet that wants to pry into the secret of the mark, which also makes Wanli Chengtu in the void become extremely manic. This manic mood has not calmed down even until the stone tablet is broken. The knife is cutting. The anger is burning. But this sword technique seems to be different from what I have seen before. Could it be? Shu Yan was startled when he vaguely thought of something. At this moment, a sudden flash of light suddenly hit Shu Yan's mind. It's a combat drill. The big knife in Wanli Chengtu's hand shot out with a swish sound. The broken knife suddenly transformed into a fire dragon in the air, soaring into the sky, sweeping out countless bloody sword energy, and then suddenly exploded in the air. With another slash, the broken sword turned into a gaseous state, flying forward like thousands of dragons, and suddenly merged into one in the air, reforming into a 100-meter steel needle, containing the momentum of Dinghai, and plunged straight down. Wanli Chengtu, who was practicing his tactics, was very manic, but he seemed to have entered the realm of a wuxia. According to the state authority, he used his battle flag, wrath, broken knife, soul wing, constantly crushed and reintegrated. Many mysterious tactics have evolved. The unknown sword skills, body skills, and combat skills are endless. At this moment, Shu Yan's consciousness was completely immersed in the drill of Wanli Chengtu, and his whole person also entered a mysterious state at this moment. The mark on his forehead flashes on its own invisible to the naked eye. At the same time, the mark on Wanli Chengtu's forehead also flashed. The two marks seemed to resonate with each other, forming a mysterious connection. This is a very strange feeling, as if at this moment, Wanli Chengtu is Shu Yan, and Shu Yan is Wanli Chengtu. The tactics practiced by Wanli Chengtu were simultaneously burned into Shu Yan's mind and muscles, and Shu Yan could intuitively understand and use them. In this mysterious state, a voice suddenly sounded in the void. After the underworld collapses, how can it survive forever? The perverted power returns and creates a technique of its own. The soul body can be transformed into thousands of meters, and the power can subdue all races. It can also be transformed into a Sumeru core to kill the gods with one strike. The voice was distant, as if it came from another dimension, but Shu Yan sounded like it was his own voice. Very weird feeling. And in this short sentence, in front of Shu Yan's eyes, Wanli Chengtu suddenly expanded, getting bigger and bigger, and soon a gaseous figure emerged. The soul body is overwhelming, extremely powerful and domineering. Before Shu Yan could digest it, his entire soul body suddenly compressed rapidly. It became about the size of a piece of dust. Then it is compressed again and becomes nanoscale size. Still compressing, it has turned into a nuclear state invisible to the naked eye. Seeing this scene, Shu Yan's whole brain exploded and his scalp became numb. According to the altar prompts, Shu Yan knew that the top authority of Wangquan was something that only the Godhead could possess. Wanli Chengtu has played the state power to the nuclear state, and in the resonance state, Shu Yan is almost the original two of Wanli Chengtu. He can intuitively feel that this power is not borrowed, but as originally belongs to Wanli Chengtu. So what exactly is the identity of Wanli Chengtu? Just a real body. So where does the real life destiny come from? This is an answer that is not clear in textbooks. It just says that the laws of heaven and earth suddenly change, and your true body can be awakened through rituals when you reach an age. But why the laws of heaven and earth suddenly changed, why the underworld suddenly raged, and why the realms of all races suddenly connected, all this is still a mystery. Some confusing conjectures came into my mind. Xu Yan shook his head. Wanli Chengtu had no memory. In the resonance state, he could not read any more information about Wanli Chengtu. But Xu Yan can make it clear that Wanli Chengtu has muscle memory, or a memory of tactics, as if Wanli Chengtu knows these tactics naturally, rather than relearning them. Through this kind of memory of tactics, he also has a deep understanding of the power of this nucleus. Wanli Chengtu had mastered abnormality, and practiced many tactics, but all the tactics he had practiced before were like child's play compared with this nuclear state and could not be compared with it. If this nucleus were to detonate, it was difficult for Xu Yan to accurately explain the magnitude of the power it would unleash. But you can make a slight estimate based on the attribute values. At level 20, his single-dimensional basic attribute value is 1466, and the total of the 4 dimensions is 5864, which is about the same as ordinary grass. The level 20 Ghost Breaking Limited Edition 10,000 Miles of Slaughter has single-dimensional attributes that are 20 times the basic attributes of the body, and each attribute has a value of almost 30,000. The total number of 4 dimensions is close to 120,000. The exclusive soul skill Combat superimposes the basic attack with Unparalleled, which is 20 times the unparalleled power, and can cause close to 600,000 damage with one strike. Even with a basic attack, Wanli Chengtu's sword output damage is enough to explode. But when transformed into the nuclear version of Going to Battle, all of Wanli Chengtu's attributes, all of his body, all of his equipment, and all of his soul skills are superimposed. 30,000 strength, 30,000 agility, 30,000 spirit, 30,000 physique, 10-meter broken sword, ghostly soul wings, battle flag of the 5 elements, burning rage, defeated soldiers with broken armor, everything. Compression adds up. Then add the ultimate blow of unparalleled. No unnecessary bells and whistles. Nuclear explosion. It's one-hit divine slaughter. The soul body can be transformed into an illusion of thousands of feet, and its power can subdue all clans. It can also be transformed into a Sumeru core, which can be used to kill the gods with one strike. One strike of divine slaughter is so powerful. Just take a test and you'll know. Xu Yan was eager to try, but suddenly a voice in his head said, "You haven't regained your face yet. Before you regain your face, if you use one strike of divine slaughter, you will lose your authority and your soul will be scattered. Give up." A loud and sharp voice came from the demon tower. There is a rule in the assessment. If you encounter danger, you can shout to give up, the test will be terminated, and the results will be based on the results when giving up. The lanterns on the first floor were not lit, but the first group had already retreated. Suddenly, the whole place fell into dead silence. 2 generals, 2 kings, soul skills and 5 elements complement each other, but they can't even pass the first level. Next group. The overall strength of the second group was stronger than that of the first group, and they all displayed their bodies and entered the demon tower. There is another rule in the assessment. They must be defeated within a limited time. Failure to do so will result in defeat. 10 minutes later, the lanterns on the first floor were not lit. Timeout. Failure. Seeing that the second group also retreated in defeat, one of them was seriously injured and his whole body was twitching. Many people in the seating area shuddered. You must know that the top 20 rookies in the past teamed up to attack the tower, and the median was able to reach the 4th level. However, this year's rookies, the evaluation is stronger than in previous years, entered the team, but 2 consecutive sets failed in the 4th level, layer. So how difficult is this 9-story demon tower? Next group. He Long, He Hu, He Leopard, He Lu, He Zhu. Roar. 5 real bodies flashed out, and their powerful aura immediately attracted the attention of the entire audience. It's Zhonglin Wuju. There was a sudden uproar of voices. Zhonglin's seating area was even more waving and shouting. Zhonglin's 5 skills are different from the temporary team. The awakened true bodies are all kings, and they have taken over the 5 elements. None of them are metal, wood, water, fire, and earth. Only 5 people can use the He family's large-scale family combination skills. The one who comes out is the ace, and the 5 of them combined into one heir the ace. They have been deliberately cultivated since they were young and have a tacit understanding. They are Zhang Min's recognized fighting team. When it comes to team battles, no one among the newcomers can match them. It is common for them to fight over the top, even among those who have become famous in Zhengquan Division. Senior generals may not be able to benefit from their cooperation. Everyone's eyes were full of strong expectations. Although every city is fighting for its own glory, it is also fighting for the honor of Jiangmin province. Jiangmin hasn't even passed the first level yet. Someone has to break this curse and win glory for Jiangmin. Boom! The 5 people unleashed their 16th level kingly aura, and then quickly stepped into the demon tower. Entering the tower, Zhonglin Wuju is one of the best teams not only in Jiangmin province, but also in the entire Daxia. How high can they reach? Everyone waits with bated breath. 5 minutes later, the lantern on the first floor was lit. Everyone in the audience, except for the Burian Tu family who still looked down upon him, felt excited and burst into thunderous applause. At the 13th minute, the lanterns on the second floor were lit. At the 24th minute, the lanterns on the third floor were lit. After entering the 4th floor, another 30 minutes passed, and the lantern was not lit. Timeout. Failure. A red light beam teleported out the Zhonglin 5 Ju. All 5 people were injured to varying degrees, and Hezu was even more unconscious. Seeing this scene, many people in the seating area were very surprised. Not even the 5 ultimate skills of Zhonglin can pass the 4th level. This year's 9-level demon tower is extremely difficult. The leader, He Long, is of medium height and burly build. The golden soul armor he is wearing has been broken, and the soul sword in his hand has been broken in half. His true body, uncrowned Sword King, has been withdrawn into the void, and his whole body is stained with blood. He must have passed by a life and death battle. I'm really sorry, we only attacked the 3rd floor. He bowed to Zhao Qingmeng with regret in his voice. Zhao Qingmeng nodded slightly, with a hint of appreciation in his eyes, and said, "Don't blame yourself. In fact, you all performed very well. It's just that the difficulty has increased this year. We know that you have given your best." As he spoke, he sent a soul pill into He Ju's body. Next, Ninghu Chisha. Kai Sha's face was extremely pale, as if there was no blood at all, giving people an extremely strange and gloomy feeling. He glanced at Xu Yan and others with contempt, and then called out his true body under countless gazes. Compared to Kai Sha's expression, the true form of Buried Earth Plague King is even more eye-catching. A pair of hollow and sunken eyes flashed with a vicious and sickly green light, the mouth was full of jagged black teeth, the twisted limbs were almost insect-like, and there were many slender, jointed fingers that were constantly twitching. The whole thing exudes an aura of impending doom and decay that sends shivers down the spines of onlookers. Facing the defeated Zhonglin Wuju, Kai Sha sneered contemptuously. Zhonglin Wuju is nothing but mediocre and does not live up to his name. After saying this, without waiting for Wuju's reaction, he flashed and entered the demon tower. At the 5th minute, the light comes on the 1st floor. At the 12th minute, on the 2nd floor, the lights come on. 23 minutes, the 3rd floor, the lights are on. 36 minutes, 4th floor, lights on. 47 minutes, the lights came on the 5th floor. In full view of everyone, Kai Sha's results came out quickly. Go down 5 floors in a row. On the 6th floor, defeated due to timeout. Unimaginable. Zhonglin's Wuju team formed a team and only managed to break through the 3rd floor, but Chisha was able to attack the tower alone and was able to reach the 5th floor in a row. Everyone exclaimed, "You should know that the points earned by single player can be used exclusively." Chisha made it to the 5th level alone and gained exclusive points. He immediately jumped to the 1st place in the standings, and he was the first in the gap. He had many people behind him. He was a dark horse this year. He was definitely the provincial champion. The 6th floor timed out, and Kai Sha, who was sent out by the demon tower, was not injured. He walked towards Xu Yan immediately. This guy stole his monster, the person who bullied him, and destroyed his family's soul skills in one face-to-face confrontation, disgracing the Burial Tu family in Quan City. This revenge must be avenged. But he didn't say a word, he just sneered, looked at him condescendingly, and then turned around and left. This is a kind of silent ridicule, silent contempt. Shu Yan is still immersed in his own spiritual world. Confused. You haven't regained your face yet. If you use one strike of divine slaughter before you regain your face, you will lose your authority and your soul will be scattered. Close black lens bracket. Therefore, Wanli Chengtu is not shameless. It's just that. His face. Has been lost. If Wanli Chengtu is real, then what happened to him? How did he lose his face, and why did he become my true body? And, where can I find the face of Wanli Chengtu? Shu Yan felt an inexplicable emotion in his heart. Close your eyes and recall again what you saw during the final awakening of your true body. It was a huge demon god, holding a huge machete, and the blade extended out for thousands of miles. With one slash, the mountains and rivers were shattered, millions of corpses were buried, and blood flowed for thousands of miles. Along the way, I met gods and killed gods, met Buddhas and killed Buddhas, killed all the heavens, killed all the underworld, killed until the sky was filled with fog, killed until the bloodlight of the heaven and earth, and killed until the sky was dim and the earth was dark and nothing could be seen. Boom! In the darkness of the sky and the earth, a thunderbolt shook the sky and illuminated everything again. Between heaven and earth, there was only a faceless corpse, a mutilated armor, and a broken sword. The devil has fallen. At this moment, Shu Yan's tightly closed eyes suddenly opened. So, was it that thunderous thunder that took away Wanli Chengtu's face? Boom. At the same moment, Wanli Chengtu in the nuclear state suddenly changed back to his original form. The soul wings spread horizontally, rising from the ground, standing in the void, looking up to the sky, breaking the sword 10 meters away, and raising it toward the sky. Behind it, the battle flag shines and trembles constantly, and a faint ancient aura seems to burst out from it. Then an ancient voice exploded directly in Shu Yan's mind, and it was still the same sentence. Millions of corpses, bleeding for thousands of miles, blood debt must be paid with blood. Blood feud. After being awakened by the shameful information, Shu Yan could clearly feel Wanli Chengtu's rage. Need to vent. Swish. Wanli Chengtu swung his sword in the air. The power of this sword is unparalleled. The dazzling blade is like a rainbow in the sky, and like a tyrannical dragon coming out of the sea, its sharp edge slashes towards the sky. Boom! A huge booming sound suddenly resounded in the dome. A terrifying brilliance surged up, and in an instant, the entire void changed, and the sky and the earth became pale. Shu Yan was shocked and his heart was heaving. In the resonant state, he clearly felt that Wanli Chengtu was not an ordinary real person, but more likely a real existence in history. Wanli Chengtu obviously does not belong to the human race, but why is there a mysterious connection between myself as a human race and Wanli Chengtu? It's hard to explain that kind of relationship accurately. It's like you are in me, and I am in you. The return of the dead, past and present life. If you keep cutting, it will become messy. Shu Yan sighed deeply. Go to the 6th floor. Going to the capital, Gongqing, is indeed worthy of the Destiny family. Almost everyone in the audience was paying attention to the 6-story lantern hanging high in the 9-story demon tower, but the blue-eyed white python on Zhao Qingmeng's shoulder had been paying attention to Shu Yan. Its third eye opened and its pupils shrank sharply. The whole snake body also trembled. What's wrong with Brother Qing? Zhao Qingmeng asked. The blue-eyed white python chirped, and Zhao Qingmeng followed the blue-eyed white python's prompt and looked towards Shu Yan. Brother Qing is saying that although his destiny is special, his talent and potential are higher than his destiny. Qing Yanbai let out a snarl again. Zhao Qingmeng's pupils also trembled. I really look forward to his performance in the 9-story demon tower. Lishan Pavilion Provincial Examination, Zhong'an Province points list updated in real time. The points list hangs in the air, and everyone can see it if they look up. First place, Shengjing Gongqing, points, 7,300. Level up list plus 900 points, second place on the level up list. Level 1 plus 100 points, risk monument score 10x10. Second level plus 6300 points, accumulate to 6 floors. Second place, Ninghu Chisha, points, 3,850. Level up list plus 700 points, top 10 on the level up list. Level 1 plus 50 points, risk monument score 5x10. Second level plus 3100 points, accumulate to 5 floors. Third place, Quanchang Shuyan, points, 2040. The second level has not been tested. Level up list plus 1000 points, first place in the level up list. Additional points plus 40 points, 4x10 merit points for killing the horse face. First level plus 1000 points, risk stone tablet score 100x10. Level 2, not tested. Fourth place, Zhong Linhei Long, points, 961. Level up list plus 800 points, top 5 on the level up list. First level plus 21 points, risk steal score 2.1x10. L. Second level plus 140 points, accumulate to 3 floors. Note, the first level is 100 points, the second level is 200 points, and the third level is 400 points, totaling 700 points. However, since it is a team of 5 people to attack the tower, the 700 points are divided equally among the 5 people, and each person gets 140 points. Fifth place, Zhong Linhei Hu, points, 961. Sixth place, Zhong Linhei Bao, points, 961. Seventh place, Zhonglin Helu, points, 961. Eighth place, Zhong Linhei Zhu, points, 961. Ninth place, Luzhou Zhang Qiyu, points, 729. Level up list plus 700 points, top 10 on the level up list. Additional points plus 10 points, 1x10 points for killing the horse face. First level plus 19 points, risk steal score 1.9x10. Second level plus 0 points, the first level has not been conquered. 10th place, Luzhou Shu Qianshan, points, 727. Open black lens bracket, close black lens bracket. Except for Shangjing Gongqing, Ninghu Chisha and Zhonglin Wuju, the other top 18 were all defeated on the first floor. Why is this? Don't you understand? The levels are the same, both are level 16, and the destiny is the same. They are both kings, so what we have to fight for is destiny talents, soul skills and equipment. The test of the 9-story demon tower directly brought out everyone's talents. Gongqing has reached the 6th level and currently ranks first in points. It can only be said that the blood inheritance talents of the 5-star Gong family are too powerful. Chisha has reached the 5th level and is second in points. The soul weapons and equipment refined by the Burying Two family with all their financial resources have given him a huge bonus. Sure enough, there is a gap between genius and genius. Now let's see the performance of Xu Yan, the star of Quanchang. The standings were updated in real time, and everyone's discussion became more intense. In the Quanchang seating area, there was endless discussion. I wonder which floor we can go to. Someone responded. Even if Xu Yan fails on the first level, based on his points, he is still in the top 3 of Zhong and Min. Yeah, never lose control is so exciting. I got a perfect score on the first test and directly gained 1000 points. It will definitely be written into the history of Great Sha. Huang Feng's voice deepened. Although we are among the top 3 in Zhong and Fujian, it is not necessarily safe to qualify for the Grand Sha General Examination. Old Tang nodded and said, yes, the newcomers in Shangjing and Magic City are too strong. There are also 4 major martial arts provinces. Their newcomers are also very powerful. The newcomers from the 5-star families all have strong destiny talents. Zhong Min is the top 3. You may not be able to enter the top 100 in Daxia, but you still have to go all out. Everyone is here, let's cheer Brother Yan. Come on. The noise was loud, Xu Yan is still immersed in his own spiritual world. Wanli Chengtu has its own story, but it is incomplete. And this story is too far away and too mysterious. If you want to regain the lost face of Wanli Chengtu, you need to obtain more information, you need to become stronger, and you need to know who the Shaking Thunder is. But Xu Yan has his own difficulties. He also lost part of his memory. From the beginning of his memory, he had been dependent on her. Now that Shanglong town has disappeared, she is also lost. What he desperately wants to do now is to find her back. No matter how difficult it is, he has made up his mind that this road will undoubtedly lead to the end of the road. As for more secrets about Wangquan and information about all races, he needs to enter the Hunting God Pavilion to have a more comprehensive and in-depth understanding. The natal soul skill, Soul Tsukuyomi, is a special investigative skill. If you find a suitable Tsukuyomi target, you may also be able to learn the origin of Blue Falling Yellow Spring, and even complete the past and present lives of Wanli Changsho. So, for the current assessment of the Hunting God Pavilion, we must go all out to stand out in this competition. This is the first step in pursuing the truth and the stepping stone into the Blue Falling Yellow Spring. Thinking of this, Shu Yan's consciousness suddenly returned. Come on, Shu Yan, come on, brother Yan. The sound of refueling resounded like thunder in his ears. Shu Yan was moved and waved to the Quancheng seating area. Next, Quancheng Shu Yan. Among the rookies in Jiangmen province, Shu Yan came from behind and ranked first in terms of reputation. The title of Star of Quancheng was added to it, and everyone in Zhong and Fujian knew about it. The whole audience is watching. Roar! A sky-shaking wind roared in the void, and then a huge figure fell from the sky. There is no sense of oppression without form and face. The body is broken by copper skin and iron bones. The iron is used to make the skin and the copper is used to build the bones. The flag is placed on the back and the wind sounds, and the broken knife is held in hand to break the world. It is the level 16 refurbished version of Wanli Long Slaughter. The soul body is not virtual, but solid, and it looks like it is full of fighting power. This appearance immediately made everyone shiver. Wanli Chengtu appeared. Without stopping, he directly took Shu Yan and rushed into the tower. The first floor of the demon tower was completely dark, and you couldn't see your fingers. Shu Yan has the will of 1.08 million, and Wanli Chengtu has the fog sense, and he immediately found the originator of this darkness. It's monster black chapter. The monster had an octopus head and 8 legs. It walked coquettishly and spit out ink from its huge mouth. The ink quickly swallowed up everything in the tower at a heart-stopping speed. Monster. Black chapter. Rank. Elite boss. Open black lens bracket level. 17 close black lens bracket. Talent. Black miasma. Spitting ink from the mouth will evolve the black miasma. When a life hunter is in the black miasma, his physical strength and true soul power will be gradually consumed. If he is in the black miasma for more than 5 minutes, the life hunter will have low willpower. The teacher will go insane. When Shu Yan entered the tower, the examiners were also whispering among themselves. The difficulty of this year's demon tower has indeed increased a lot. The evil monster black chapter on the first level is equivalent to the boss on the third level in previous years. You must defeat it quickly, otherwise you will be defeated without a fight. I wonder if Shu Yan can find the black badge of evil monsters. If he can't find it in a short time, it will be out of luck. The words have not yet finished. Clang. The first floor lanterns light up. What happened? The examiners all showed disbelief. The seating area was even more shocked. Didn't we just enter? Why did the lanterns on the first floor light up? The clearance time is displayed on the lantern. 10 seconds. 10 seconds. This. How is this possible? How did you do it? Does he have any powerful equipment on him? Shu Yan's true body is a physical entity. When he awakens, he comes with a broken knife. The flag on his back seems to be derived from the latter. The specific abilities are unknown. Apart from these, he has no other equipment. The true body with a special fate has not yet been written into the official true body record. More abilities have yet to be observed and discovered. But 10 seconds is too exaggerated. You have to know that the fastest one in the past took 5 minutes. I didn't see how the hand came out. So, what happened in those 10 seconds? The situation in the tower was not visible from the seating area, and the examiners were a little confused by Shu Yan's incredible performance in the first level. Although the monitors in their hands can see the situation in the tower, the leader of the first floor is unfortunately the evil monster leader, Black Chapter. The black miasma released by Black Chapter made the first layer dark, so the picture received by the monitor was also black, making it impossible to view the battle situation. When the monitor lights up, that is when Heizhong is killed and the black miasma disappears. Shocked, stunned, and thirsty for knowledge. Black badge for killing evil monsters, experience value plus 1,700. Recover dead soul energy plus 1,700. Seeing the experience value flashing, Shu Yan was speechless. Killing the level 17 evil monster boss only adds 1,700 experience points. Well, better than nothing. Climb to the second floor quickly. The examiners were excited now, because the picture on the second floor monitor was clear. At this time, their eyes were all fixed on the monitor in their hands, not daring to blink. In the scene on the second floor, ice and snow are flying. The master of the level is the level 18 evil monster boss, Ice Pung. The level 18 white ice rock's wings span more than 14 meters, making it look bigger than the level 16 Wanli Chengtu. Whoosh! As soon as they met, Bingpeng came to kill him directly. Wanli Chengtu raised the broken knife and swung it forward. The sword energy turned into a silver stream of light, like a flying sword, and struck through the air at a speed that made people unable to react at all. Puff! With a crisp sound, Bingpeng faced him and was pierced through the head. Boom! The huge ice rock fell from the sky and hit the ground like an airplane, stirring up huge clouds of smoke and dust. Open black lens bracket ding. Close black lens bracket. Kill the evil monster Ice Pung. Experience value plus 1800. Recover soul energy plus 1800. Open black lens bracket clang. Close black lens bracket. The second layer of lanterns on the outer eaves of the demon tower, light. The clearance time is also displayed at the same time 9 seconds. 9 seconds. It's actually 1 second faster than the first level. Impossible. This is impossible. The seating area was completely unavailable. Everyone in Quan City was so shocked that it was hard to breathe. Kai Sha's originally pale face off the court was now distorted and distorted. Now Xu Yan's score has surpassed him in the standings. People in the seating area didn't know who the leader of the tower was, but Kai Sha knew. The evil monster bosses in the demon tower are all specially recruited from various dungeons in Daxia. When they are killed, the demon tower will be reset, and then the killed evil monsters will be spawned again. In other words, every Zhongmin candidate meets the same master in this 9-story demon tower. Ice Pung, who was specially recruited into the demon tower as the master of the second level, is also a well-known evil monster boss in Daxia, and is the strongest boss in the Frost Dungeon. With the powerful ice talent suppression, coupled with the frost scene of the demon tower, the combat power soared again. Even if his 5-element attribute is wood and he has the top Horcrux equipment among Zhongmin newcomers, it will be difficult for him to take advantage of Bingpeng's ice element suppression. And Xu Yan, a grassroots person, only spent 9 seconds. Kai Sha's mentality collapsed. He clearly felt the gap between them. However, the pride in the bones of the young master of the Burial Earth family and the special character of his true form Burial Earth Plague King made him unable to tolerate this gap. Especially the guy who crushed him was actually from a grassroots background. Absolutely unacceptable. Kai Sha's eyes narrowed slightly, his pupils were fierce, and he suddenly sneered, when that prop is used. Ha! Gong Qing on the side was also shocked, and even with the monitor in hand, the examiners who witnessed the entire killing process could not easily believe what they saw. Zhong Lin's 5 absolutes faced off against Bingpeng. Ninghu Chisha faced off against Bingpeng. The Shangjing Palace family was right too. But this time the Bingpeng operation was obviously different from the previous ones. The previous few shots of Bingpeng were very reasonable. They took advantage of the opponent's shortcomings to fight in a roundabout way, and used Ice Soul skills first to gain the upper hand. But this time, he flew in the direction of the broken knife, a proper death act. He even had time to use the Ice Soul skills. A face-to-face meeting, and then it's gone. It's hard to tell whether it's Wanli Chengtu's sharp sword, or whether the demon tower has refreshed a brainless version of the Ice Pung. Crack! The blue-eyed white python gave a warning. Although Zhao Qingmeng had already made a guess in his mind, he was still a little shocked when he heard the insightful message from the blue-eyed white python. Bingpeng is still the Bingpeng of that chicken thief. It's just that Xu Yan has a soul skill that can make him brainless. But that soul skill is so subtle that it can't be detected by the naked eye. Rage perverted version. Fire gas is invisible. Forced basic attack. Close black lens bracket. Xu Yan became more and more proficient in the long-distance tactics, and the speed of attacking towers skyrocketed. On the 3rd level, hot red magma rolled across the ground. It is obvious that this is a fire-based realm, and the master is the leader of the fire-based evil monsters. Wanli Chengtu's fire flag had been activated and was immune to fire damage, but with a thought, Xu Yan still let Wanli Chengtu use his abnormal rage. As the saying goes, one trick can be eaten all over the world. Everyone directly attacked each other in a direct duel, which was clean and tidy. Abnormal anger, burning, roar. A deafening roar suddenly came from the lava, and a 2-meter square tiger head emerged from the lava, followed by a body. The huge body stood about 7 meters tall, as if it was formed by condensation of magma. Horrible looking. Fierce aura. Open black lens bracket or monster close black lens bracket, tiger fire. Talent, searing, basic attack comes with fire burn. Swish. The fire tiger quickly sprang out of the molten lava and suddenly rushed towards Wanli Chengtu, swiping his huge claws and bringing up billowing waves of fire. The examiners holding monitors in their hands were concerned at this moment. The tiger fire came from the Fire Nest dungeon, and reached level 19, which was a full 3 levels higher than the upper limit of the rookie period. Selected into the top 10 most difficult dungeon bosses below level 20. There is also a soul skill for large-scale group killing, fire to set the prairie on fire. Once activated, it can ignite the entire battlefield in an instant, causing great damage to all enemies within range. It also has powerful single-point attack and killing capabilities. Each attack by the fire tiger will ignite the target, causing them to continue to be burned by fire for a period of time. This kind of fire talent that causes continuous damage makes his reputation notorious. The life hunter who fights the tiger fireman must be careful. Fire ability is its most powerful feature, and it is necessary to avoid being consumed by its burning talent. The examiners haven't finished speaking. Clang. On the 3rd floor, the lanterns are on. It's over. Is this the end? The pupils of the examiners trembled fiercely. But what happened just now? The speed was so fast that they didn't even react. I could only look at the monitor and let the footage replay. As soon as Xu Yan reached the 3rd floor, the fire tiger attacked directly, and then Wanli Zongtu slashed with one strike without dodging, and the fierce sword intent immediately tore him apart. The fire tiger's pupils froze, and before he could make any reaction, he was directly torn into pieces by this extremely powerful sword intention, and turned into an endless rain of blood. The examiners took a deep breath and were shocked. On the 3rd floor, the lantern lights up and it takes 3 seconds. Not only the examiners, but also everyone in the sitting area showed shock. Although they couldn't see the fighting in the demon tower, they could see the lanterns on the outer eaves of the demon tower. The lanterns on the 2nd floor lit up in less than 3 seconds, followed immediately by the lanterns on the 3rd floor. 3 seconds. They wanted to ask if there was something wrong with the lantern, or if the boss summoned by the demon tower was wrong. They thought of countless reasons, but they couldn't believe that a newcomer could be so strong. Before they could ask any questions. Before they even had time to doubt. Dang, dang, dang. The 4th floor. The lantern is on. The 5th floor. The lantern is on. The 6th floor. The lantern is on. A series of sounds. The lanterns light up in succession. I'm in a trough. Even the examiners will be driven crazy. It took them 3 seconds to watch the replay of the battle scene on the 3rd floor on the monitor, but over there Xu Yan had already connected to the 3rd floor and cleared the 6th floor. 3 seconds. 3-story monster building. Kill 3 boss level masters. A real flash sale. Instant kill. Still an instant kill. Can you believe it? Although he has a life of king or above and is still capable of fighting against evil monsters that are higher than his own level, there is no other boss like Xu Yan who can kill him instantly and in seconds, which is recognized by everyone as the most difficult boss at level 20. You must know that the previous highest record was to reach the 6th floor, a record set by Shengjing Gongqing. The total time it took was about an hour. And Xu Yan, from the 1st level to the 6th level, 10 seconds plus 9 seconds plus 3 seconds plus 1 second plus 1 second plus 1 second, it only took 25 seconds. Everyone couldn't believe it. Don't dare. 1 hour, compared to 25 seconds, is so unreal. Although Xu Yan has a fierce real body and has a super record of killing 200-year-old evildoers alone, everyone still has doubts about him. Because Xu Yan has a special destiny. Return of the Dead fate has never been recorded before, and no one has the same fate as him throughout the ages. It is like a mystery. And the real body, Wanli Cantu, under this fate is also a special existence, an entity, and can fight on its own without possessing the main body. Since both his destiny and his true body are so special, restoring the actual truth of Xu Yan's single-handed killing of the unfortunate has always been a hot topic on the Mingya forum. Countless versions of stories are trying to explain why Shu Yan, a rookie, was able to single-handedly kill the corrupted horned dragon and the corrupted bloody hand. In those creation stories, people described how Shu Yan gave full play to his special strength, used smart strategies, and indomitable will to successfully defeat the horned dragon and the bloody hand. But there are still many versions, saying that he stepped on shit and picked up 3 horse faces, and also picked up the props of the Black Palace. It was the props of the Black Palace that restrained the horned dragon and killed the bloody hand. There are also many conspiracy theories, saying that Shu Yan may be a slave of the evil in the Black Palace, saying that he has lost his sense of freedom and independence and is acting according to the instructions of the evil. Submitting 3 horse faces is to clear your identity, and killing 2 misfortunes alone is to show your strength. The 2 together are the official certificate of submission. This is a show, tailor-made for him by the Black Palace Party, aiming to allow him to enter the officialdom in a smoother way to achieve a greater goal. Opinions on forums are often subjective and vary in truth and falsehood. The Black Temple's infiltration is becoming more and more powerful. Although conspiracy theories do not represent the official position, to a certain extent, these rumors and analyses have also left the public with doubts. Perhaps before the first level, everyone may still have such doubts, thinking that Shu Yan is a slave of the evil in the Black Palace, and this is still a show. But after the first level, when they saw that the examiner Zhao Qingmeng gave Shu Yan full marks, everyone did not dare to talk nonsense. The examiner Zhao Qingmeng represents the official, and his judgment is naturally the official judgment. In other words, one thing has been officially confirmed: Shu Yan's true body and body are in perfect harmony and will never lose control. If the real body never loses control, the Black Palace, Shadow Demon, will not be able to attack him, and Shu Yan will naturally not be able to become the Shadow Demon's slave. The first level is the stone tablet test, and you get a perfect score by blowing up the tablet. Official certification. The human race is the strongest. The conspiracy theory is self-defeating. The second level is the Demon Tower test. It takes 25 seconds to reach 6 floors, and it is getting faster and faster. If the first 3 floors are a test of the Demon Tower's evil monsters, the next 3 floors will not be played directly, and they will be killed one after another. The problem now is exactly that: it's too unreal. How did Shu Yan do it? Was it cheating? Were forbidden items used? Were other disgraceful foul methods used? Or is the difficulty of the Demon Tower dropping abnormally? No matter how you look at it, it's all anomalies within anomalies. The 9-story Demon Tower tests not only one's individual killing ability, but also one's continuous combat ability. In the history of Zhong and Fujian, no one has been able to climb the 9-story tower. 90% of the times a single player attacks a tower, they can't even get past the first floor. 99% of them fell on the second floor. Not to mention the difficulty is higher than usual this year. Physical strength is very important to a life hunter. If you try your best from the beginning, your efficiency will be greatly reduced later on. If you go all out as soon as you go up, there may be nothing more to come. The previous Zhonglin Wuju failed because he lost too much physical strength in the 3rd level, which caused the 4th level to time out. The same is true for Ninghu Chisha and Shengjing Dongqing. Quancheng Shu Yan is very explosive, but how far can he go? Just thinking about it, or there is no time to think about it at all. Clang. On the 7th floor, the lanterns are on. Clang. On the 8th floor, the lanterns are on. Just 2 more seconds passed. How can it be? Everyone couldn't control the shock in their hearts. The difficulty of each level's evil monster level doubled, but for Shu Yan, there seemed to be no difference at all. It's still like chopping melons and vegetables. Shu Yan attacked the tower so fast that he even reached the 9th floor of the Demon Tower before he could even open it. According to the Demon Tower assessment, the level bosses on the first 8 levels are all bosses from the official dungeon, but the 9th level will be a century-old doomed one. The 100 years of misfortune will not be refreshed immediately after his death. He can only come back to the world after 100 years. This also means that if different candidates from each province ascend to the 9th level, they will face different phases of the 100 years of misfortune. There is usually a few minutes of repair time from the 8th floor to the last floor. The administrator of the Demon Tower will use this time to transport the specially selected centenary-year-olds from the Shenjing prison. Speaking of Shenjing Prison, it is known as the No. 1 prison in Daxia, and is also known as the Southern Demon and Northern God, together with the Demonic Bridge Prison in the Demon City. Both prisons are famous for detaining evildoers and high-level war criminals. Although the examiners were shocked, they were also a little bit lucky. They were glad that the master of the 9th floor was different from the first 8 floors, and they finally had time to briefly review and organize their minds. Watch the monitor footage replay. Their confusion did not lessen. The lion roaring beast on the 7th level and the electric tyrant on the 8th level are not as majestic as they are in the dungeon, let alone the magical operation of life and death. Instead, they behave extremely strangely, as if they have been deprived of everything, of average sanity. They just used normal attacks mechanically, without even releasing their natural soul skill buff. The roaring beast on the 7th level simply bites it with its mouth, completely inconsistent with its style. This is not the case at all in the guide. They are completely different. Xu Yan seemed to have understood this situation in advance, and reacted quickly, adjusting his posture slightly to avoid the bite of the roaring beast, and then slashed out with his sword, causing the roaring beast to fall to the ground instantly. The electric tyrant on the 8th floor was even more violent than the roaring beast on the 7th floor, and his ordinary attacks without any rules caused a big leak in his life gate. Swish. Cut with a broken knife, face to face, the electric tyrant, pawn. Hiss. The examiners took a deep breath. The clearance methods for the 7th and 8th floors were basically the same as before. Logically speaking, the evil monsters who were specially recruited should be powerful beings in the monster tower, but why do they behave so inexplicably, as if they are giving away human heads? This is not logical. The audience in the seating area could not see the fighting in the tower, so they became more and more anxious, and their thirst for knowledge was already in their throats. It's impossible for a newcomer to be so strong. Did he use props to cheat, or is the lantern broken? People in the Quancheng sitting area responded to those who questioned, why can't it be stronger? No matter how strong the dungeon evil monster is, can it be stronger than the century-old evil spirits, Horned Dragon, and Blood Hand? Find out the record of Quancheng Star. But, killing the unfortunate may also rely on props or other unconventional means. The speed of attacking the tower is too fast. It's too fast. It's useless to say more. Let's wait for the examiner's evaluation. They all looked at the examiner Zhao Qingmeng. Of course, Zhao Qingmeng knew everything about Xu Yan's performance in the Demon Tower. He was surprised at first. Then there is appreciation. Now for the excitement. As one of the 8 generals of the Hunting God Pavilion, Zhao Qingmeng did not need to explain everyone's doubts, but as the examiner, he was excited and had time to spare, so he still sighed with emotion. The skills of a life hunter are divided into 3 types. One is fate, the other is talent, and the third is soul skills. Fate determines the level and attribute minimum. Talent determines the upper limit of a life hunter's combat power. And soul skills determine the combat style of the life hunter. The Demon Tower has its own detection array, but only the basic attributes of the candidates can be seen, while talents and attribute bonuses cannot be seen by others. Xu Yan, everyone should know that it has been very popular in Zhongmen province recently. The registered destiny is Return of the Dead, which is a special destiny. The basic attributes attached to it have been detected. In fact, it is the same as the regular destiny. The fate of Cao Meng is similar. He paused, but it cannot be ruled out that this is a cover-up trick that can bypass the detection of the Demon Tower. It is not the real state. The materials submitted by Ku Sha, the awakening officer of Quan City, specifically mention this. The real name is Wanli Cantu, and his exclusive soul skill is combat. He can fight outside the body. This is the first time in Great Sha. Of course, this battle is not just a simple out-of-body combat. It can be seen that the sword skills it uses are very tricky. Every movement is very crisp, without any redundancy. The sword is broken quickly and accurately. Every time it is shot, being able to kill with one strike does not seem to be controlled by the main body, but seems to be spontaneous. Furthermore, fighting without the real body will not waste the physical strength of the life hunter, which gives him the ability to continue fighting. Although I don't know what the configured soul skills are, it seems to be able to stimulate the evil monsters and force them to attack me. The talents and soul skills he has mastered have been used to a very high level. he said in a deep voice and made a concluding speech. In short, the talent is very strong, and there may be more than one. And the combination of soul skills and talents complement each other even more. The combat style is more like the one-sword style. So what is the specific talent? Someone asked. Zhao Qingmeng said, talent is your trump card, there is no need to get to the bottom of it. Each life hunter has his own attack and killing rhythm. The faster the kill, the better. Therefore, the points of the demon tower are not measured by the time of attack and kill, as long as the level can be cleared on time. It's just that Xu Yan's current combat style is unique, more like a one-sword style. If we assume that his talent or soul skills do not reduce the opponent's defense, then this sword kills the evil monster bosses on the 1st to 8th floors in an instant, which will cost at least 100,000 plus damage. Everyone was even more excited after hearing this, and the examiners were also extremely shocked. One-sword style. One sword with 100,000 plus damage. Isn't that the most powerful swordsman in Shangjing, the destined rookie of the Wu family? Zhao Qingmeng nodded slightly, and then made a gesture. The gesture was very clear. There is no error in the demon tower, there is no error in the special boss, there is no abnormality in the lantern, and the examinee has not cheated. Do not interrupt and the assessment will continue. Hunter God Pavilion Provincial Examination, Zhongmin Province. The examiner, one of the 8 generals in Hunter God Pavilion, said there was nothing abnormal. Who dared to say anything? At this time, almost everyone in the Quancheng seating area was so excited that they wanted to hug each other. If the examiner doesn't indicate anything abnormal, then the score is valid. It's just that Xu Yan's destiny is too tough. The real body is too fierce. Too talented. The soul skills are too powerful. The most explosive thing is, never lose control. There is such a monster in Quancheng, it is simply unbelievable. Everyone is excited, trembling. Lishan Pavilion Provincial Examination, Zhongmin Province. Points list updated in real time. First place, Quancheng Xu Yan, points, 27,540. Second place, Shangjing Gongqing, points, 7,300. Third place, Ninghu Chisha, points, 3,850. Fourth place, Zhong Linhe Long, points, 961. Open black lens bracket, close black lens bracket. You can earn points by clearing each level, and the points are doubled for each level. The first level, basic 100 points, the second level, 200, the third level, 400, the fourth level, 800, the fifth level, 1600, the sixth level, 3,200, the 7th level, 6,400, the 8th level, 12,800. After reaching the 8th level, the cumulative points gained are 25,500. Adding the previous 2,040 points, the total is 27,540. First place in the standings. Even Kai Sha was dumbfounded. But that's not the end. Ding! The misfortune has come. The 9th floor is open. The explanation given by the examiner Zhao Qingmeng gave everyone reassurance. Xu Yan did not cheat, and the results were valid. In an instant, the doubts on the stage disappeared and were replaced by deafening applause and cheers. The function of the Hunting God Pavilion's exam is to select geniuses who can carry the burden for the human race. But even in the entire history of Daxia, there are only a few rookies who can clear the 9-story demon tower. Throughout the entire history of Zhongmin, no candidate has ever climbed to the 9th floor before, let alone conquered it. Xu Yan has already made history, but if he clears the 9th level, it will be an extremely glorious event in the history of Zhongmin. That would not only be Xu Yan's personal honor and Quancheng's, but the entire Zhongmin province would also follow suit, and his status and reputation in Daxia would also skyrocket. The tilt of resources was a sure thing. The whole audience was excited. Swish! And amid the applause and cheers, the entire demon tower suddenly shook, and a terrifying sense of oppression emanated from the demon tower, suddenly filling the entire square. What's going on? The voice trembled. The door to the 9th floor is open. I don't know who shouted this, and then the audience became silent, and even the breathing seemed to have stopped. Everyone could not see what was going on inside the tower, and could only stare intently at the lanterns on the outer eaves of the 9th floor. Look forward to that historic moment when the lantern on the 9th floor was lit. In the tower, Xu Yan has reached the 9th floor. The environment here is different from other levels, more like an enlarged Sumeru space. Looking around, I saw a hellish scene stretching to the end of my field of vision. The smell of blood condensed in the air, as if this was an abandoned battlefield, with traces of bloody battles everywhere. The rocks stand like tombstones, eerie and penetrating. At this time, a voice suddenly said from the void, "Congratulations on arriving at the 9th floor of the Demon Tower. Now that the Centennial Doom has arrived, please kill it within 10 minutes. Close black lens bracket." As soon as the voice fell, a group of monsters appeared in Shu Yan's sight. Then another team, and then endlessly. In an instant, the monsters were densely packed, filling the space in front of Shu Yan like a colony of ants. It would be nice if they were as small as ants, but no, the size of each monster is not much different from the recycled version of Wanli Chengtu. Height is about 7 meters. Strong body shape. The face was carved to be expressionless, with no eyes, nose or mouth, just a smooth surface of stone. Wearing a cold helmet on his head, he stood upright and looked very powerful. His body was covered with a helmet shell, like a humanoid warrior. He had a strong smell of rotten eggs. The densely packed humanoid monsters and the strange and strong smell of eggs rushed towards him like a tsunami, giving Shu Yan an urge to vomit. Isn't it said that there is only 100-year-old misfortune? What's going on with these densely packed humanoid monsters? Shu Yan was slightly stunned. Not in a hurry to let Wanli Chengtu take action, he threw out a detection sensor with a thought. Open black lens bracket or monster close black lens bracket, terracotta warriors. Introduction. Born from the mother body, Ghost Soldier Chao Niang. Ghost Soldier Nest Mother. Shu Yan was confused and could only increase his intensity of induction. Wanli Chengtu's abnormal version of the fog sensor is like eyes opening in the air, able to peek into everything in the field. Shu Yan noticed that in the center of the dense circle of terracotta warriors, there stood a faceless statue like a wax figure, which was particularly awkward. Sensor detects throwing it at it. The misfortune Ghost Soldier Chao Niang mutated version. Rank 100 Years of Misfortune. Level 20. Introduction can produce terracotta warriors. The introduction is simple. But it's a lot of information. So the real disaster is her. Are these ghost soldiers and generals who seem to be extremely powerful in combat all her children? This is too much. Shu Yan didn't know how to express his inner shock. The smell of rotten eggs that hit him was too strong and he needed to slow down. At this time, outside the tower, the examiners watching the monitor screen could no longer remain calm. What is the Demon Tower Management Bureau doing? They actually picked the Ghost Soldier Nest Girl to teleport here. Isn't this intentional to prevent people from passing the level? The Ghost Soldier Nest Girl is not the strongest among the 100 Years of Doom, but her most terrifying ability is that she can produce soldiers and figurines. You can have one in a day. After being detained in Shenjing prison for 5 years, one was born every day. In 5 years, more than 1,600 warriors were born. The strength of each soldier warrior is 10 times that of the mother Ghost Soldier Nest Mother. Of course, the Ghost Soldier Nest Mother is not the strongest warrior, and is even a little weak. However, after giving birth to 1,600 soldiers in 5 years, her reputation has skyrocketed recently, and she is now recognized as the same level of warrior in Shenjing prison. The most powerful existence in the world, the evaluation team even believes that she is much more terrifying than the most dangerous doomsdayer in the Zhongmin Wild area. In addition, she has mutated and has an unknown mutation talent. This mutation talent has not even been measured by the official, which is also a huge variable. Terra warriors are not ordinary evil monsters. They are born from the mother body, but their combat power far exceeds that of the mother body. They are equivalent to the ultimate evil monster bosses in the dungeon. More than 1,600 terracotta warriors are equivalent to more than 1,600 evil monster bosses. It's impossible to defeat, impossible. The hands of the examiners holding the monitors were trembling, their eyes were trembling, and their voices even trembled when they spoke. This is how to do. They all looked at the examiner Zhao Qingmeng. It's not easy to cultivate a grassroots genius in Quan City, but he can't die under our eyes. I suggest that the Demon Tower be forcibly closed, otherwise people will really die. One of the examiners said in a very anxious tone. Zhao Qingmeng's face was slightly heavy, He took a deep breath and said, "Let's take a look." But someone in the examiner group wanted to say something more, and the blue-eyed white python on Zhao Qingmeng's shoulder suddenly popped out and made a chuck sound. Seeing the blue-eyed white python speak, all the examiners immediately fell silent. The blue-eyed white python is one of the 4 evils in the hunting god pavilion. It ranks above the 8 generals and has a very bad temper. If you mess with it, there will be no good results. In the face of a genius life, the examiners will certainly not give in because the blue-eyed white python is fierce, but the blue-eyed white python can see things they cannot see. Perhaps Xu Yan can perform even more explosively. Then take another look. But 1,600 evil monster leaders are attacking at the same time, what to do? It is admitted that the blue-eyed white python's eye skills are quite powerful, but will it ever make mistakes? If a rookie can pass this level, there is nothing he can't pass. Boom. The examiners' hearts were already in their throats. In the tower, Xu Yan encountered trouble with his induction detection. Misfortune, ghost soldier Chao Niang. Open black lens bracket or monster close black lens bracket, terracotta warriors. Level 20. The talent of this misfortune has mutated and cannot be viewed. Close black lens bracket. Mutated talent, can't view. There is no more information. No attributes, no skills. This is the first time the detection sensor has given back so little. But Xu Yan can still get a clearer judgment based on his theoretical notes. These warriors seem to have no emotion, only attack and protect. The stone helmet shell gives them strong physical resistance and is almost immune to damage by conventional weapons. The attack method is to swing a heavy stone knife or spear, and the damage of the attack cannot be underestimated. They form a tight array, comparable to an iron wall and difficult to penetrate. The soul power aura of a single body even exceeds that of the 8th level Gate Master, the Electric Overlord. It can be imagined that the total attributes of each soldier figurine are basically equivalent to a level 20 evil monster boss. The most terrifying thing is their number, more than 1,600 of them. In this case, it is best to use Infernal Hell and let Shui Hand and Chu Long come out as thugs, but Xu Yan doesn't want to reveal this trump card yet. What's more, the combat power of these warrior figurines is equivalent to that of evil monster bosses. They have strong defenses and are huge in number. They may not be able to kill them with one blow with their bloody hands. If you use the abnormal tactics of Wanli Chengtu and explode with all your strength, you should be able to destroy one area. However, considering that after destroying one area, you are likely to be surrounded and enter a protracted war, it will be detrimental to yourself. Therefore, the most time-saving and labor-saving method is Wrathful Sky Cutting Lead, perverted version. Thanks for watching, please like and subscribe.